What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Barz N Shotz episode 160. You got myself, Law 700, and you got Jarrell. What's going on, man?
What up? What up? What up? Chilling, chilling. Damn,
Man,
160, yo. We getting up there.
I was looking at our notes for today's episode, and I actually wanted to call this 159 and a half because
Why?
this podcast here answers a lot of questions we had last week.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like a continuation, man. Remember, we had a question of Pusha T's rollout. We
Right, right,
ended the
right.
podcast with the controversy surrounding 50 Cent,
True.
Nori and Jay-Z. We got more information on that. Um, we also was talking about how, there's a drought in music as far as what we like, and then Kendrick and Pusha T do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
um, also when we went off the air, um, a few hours later that evening or that Monday, I believe, DJ K Slay passed away. So we want to start the episode off with the rest in peace to
Right.
DJ K Slay. Sometimes we get into the vibe of things and we forget, and we definitely don't want to forget DJ K Slay, man.
Right. Let's get
Um,
him up here early.
definitely one of the greats. We actually had a topic, a subject, a segment on K Slay a few months ago when he dropped that 10-minute long song with like 100 rappers, and
Word.
we was having fun with it.
Right.
But the moral of the story of that is DJ K Slay is one of those DJs who just wanted to keep it street, keep it hip hop, and make sure we don't go too far away from what the agenda is. Uh, and DJ K Slay was definitely one of those DJs. Yes, it was called 50 Deep. Yeah, man. Shout out to DJ K Slay, man.
Yeah, it was 50 deep. No, that's like the third or second iteration of that. Like at first it was 50 deep, but the one we're talking about, the one that was recent, it was like 100 and something, I
It
think.
was. It
Right. The 50,
was.
50 deep was the first one. That was fire too, but the one that we're talking about, the one that just happened, it was like over 100 rappers, yo. That
hmm
joint was crazy. That was nice.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Roland
110.
and shout out to Roland in the chat. He said we didn't want to fuck with the song. Like I said, we had our jokes, and it was a song I heard one time. You're not
Oh
going to put
yeah,
that song on twice, Roland. You stop it. Like,
yeah. I'm about to say,
yeah, like we didn't say that was the best song
yo.
ever.
But then he said, "Look, 110. Yeah, it was a song with 110 rappers on it.
Facts. I'm not.
Like, how many times are you gonna listen to that? Like, at what setting? Like, where you
Yeah,
at that
that's
you
the point
you
I do.
you rocking that song with 100 rappers on it?
Once again, shout out to DJ K Slade because
Yeah.
we know what you were doing, and you're the only DJ to actually pull that off or have the idea to pull that off. Now that idea
Right.
is fire,
Word.
but
Word.
think about it: when you get to the 80th rapper, you forgot who the 10th rapper was. So
Word. Yeah.
it's a song like you're hyped that all your favorite artists is on there, and he even mixed some South and some West Coast on there. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that was a dope moment in hip hop. It was, but yes, that was a record that I will only listen to one time, but it was huge for hip hop. Don't get that twisted.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I haven't listened to it since it came out.
Yeah.
I did listen to that one time. I got all the way through it, and we talked about it on the show. We even played a little bit of it, I think, as one of the
Yeah.
jams of the week. But like to get through the whole thing and actually listen to that over and over again, nah, it's not the type of song. Like,
And at the end of the day, we got our jokes, man. But DJ K Slay is a legend.
yes,
And anybody else we joke on here when serious times come, we give legends they flowers, and that's what we do. But at the end of the day, we still want to laugh and joke.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, rest in peace to DJ K Slay. Ah, with that being said, man, how's your mental health? How's everything?
Everything was fine, man. I had a nice little week. 420 happened this past week. You know, you talked about my PTO days last episode. Like, you remember you said it was a continuation of last week. Yeah, I
Yeah.
took another day off. So you know what
On
I'm saying?
420?
Oh yes, that Wednesday,
Oh.
yes, 420. I took off. And me and the wife had a nice little time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good week altogether though. How's your mental health, yo?
My mental health is fantastic, man. A lot of things is shaking and moving for me this month. It's just a waiting game. Like something's coming, but you got to keep waiting week after week for it, man. It's just like just give me mines, man. Like I'm overdue. But
When you
the
say
weather.
give me mines, what you talking about though?
Well, I got a promotion. I got
Okay,
back into the workforce. I decided. I think I spoke on this, but I decided to mix work with my hustle instead of just a hustle.
okay,
Because it is stressful to have to not know when another paycheck is coming can be stressful.
right, right, right,
You
right.
to work for yourself is a blessing, but to not know when the next check is coming is stressful. So I said, let me get back into the workforce, just so I can get a check every week and still hustle. So I got a part time job. I was there since February, and then I saw they had an opening for a manager position. I applied, and I got that bad boy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Salute to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Celebration. Hold on, man. We got a little, you know what I'm saying? We get
Okay,
a little
okay.
cheers for that, bro.
Yeah, and
Like,
I
come
got that
on now.
thing,
Let's
man.
not we gotta celebrate our wins just like we talk about our losses all the time. We gotta celebrate the wins too,
That's a fact.
bro.
I
Congrats.
went so I went to so they looking at me. It's like, yo, you passed this drug test, you good money. I said, man, I'm good. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's just because I'm black or because I don't know.
That's the only reason they even mentioned the drug test
It's
to
like,
you.
you sure you gonna pass that test? I've never been asked that. Yeah, man, just give me the test
Yo,
now if
he
you want.
said, "You sure you gonna
Man,
pass
that's how
that
they was
test?"
coming at me. They was like, you sure you gonna pass that test? Like I didn't know how to take that. Bro,
Wow.
let's take that test now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like
Sounds
yeah, that sounds a little shisty. That sounds suspect, bro. Like they think you on something.
Well, what they were saying was plenty of people have told them that they would pass it and they failed it. They came like so they just was like, come on, man, we like let's be sure that you're really gonna pass this because people have lied to them before. But that's not
Oh,
my
okay,
problem. That's not my problem. The thing
right.
is, you have to go to urgent care or something like that to take the piss test. Oh,
Okay.
fam, I'm hyped. I woke up 8:30, 8 o'clock. I'm going to take a piss test. So, I'm hyped.
Yo, anything with money attached to it, you hype because you know what that promotion means. That's all.
Fam, the
Exactly.
bells
Yeah.
and whistles that come with that bad boy.
Yeah. Like you want me to take two? I can take two today. Like I got a lot of piss in me.
I am. I got enough piss for the three. Like,
Yeah, I got
you
like two
know,
bladders in me, bro. Like, what's happening?
I get there. They talking about the machine broke.
Oh no. See, nah.
Oh,
Get
y'all
a new
fucking with
one.
my money,
I
fam.
got money to. I got money to give. What are you talking about? Your machine, bro. How your pee machine broke?
They really hit me with the piss machine is broke, fam.
Nah,
I
nah,
never knew there was a piss machine.
nah.
I just
I'd
want
have told them,
to
you know this for a promotion, right? You better fix that damn piss machine.
Yeah, but I was scheduled for Thursday. I went Friday, got it done.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for my urine to come back clean. You know what I'm saying? Unless they
Okay.
swap me out, unless they, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
that's dirty.
Unless they did the old switcheroo,
Oh,
who is
that's
in there?
dirty. Wait a minute, hold on. I just thought about it. So they scheduled a drug test for you on 420 on Wednesday.
Yo, that's crazy.
Ain't that a bitch?
No.
They tried to get
It was
you,
Thursday.
fam.
They scheduled me. I guess that's maybe if you put the two and two
See,
together, because on 420, it
they
was like,
tried to get you,
sure you
fam.
gonna pass?
Right.
But me not being
Yeah,
a
you not being a smoker,
me
420,
not
you
being a
you didn't
smoker,
think about it at all.
I just thought it was a Wednesday.
See, nah,
Like, what's today? It's Wednesday, bro.
nah. See, they got the right one. Then you should be the manager, fam, because you don't know when 420 is. You need to be the manager.
So I actually went to take it Friday. So we in there. Once that piss results come back, I already accepted the pay bump. Yes, the pay bump.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, the pay bump. So it's just about basically once they get that result back, I'm thinking next Monday I should be wearing different threads.
Nice, 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 nice.
Which got me questioning, should I go in today and just be a regular worker? I'm a boss now, damn it.
Yo, walk in, be like, "Hey, what y'all doing? Because I ain't gotta do that no more. What's going on?"
Technically I'm still being paid as a package handler. But in a few weeks, your boy will be not in a few weeks, next week I will be upgraded to a manager. So that's on my mind
You
right
get
now.
to wear a shirt with a collar on it.
Oh
You
yeah, he asked
psyched
me
up.
how many polos I got. You got some
See?
polos? I got some things. I
You
got them.
psyched up.
Yeah.
That's nice though. That's dope. Hey yo, salute to Roller. Roller said he had an edible on 420, was watching TV, thought he was deaf, but it was really on just mute.
Hey yo, let me tell you a little story, fam. Tell you a little 420
Oh
story.
man.
This wasn't on 420, man, but I had let my boys twice. I had smoked weed, fam, and I did it
Twice ever?
twice ever, and
Okay.
I did it all for the wrong reason. One was for a girl. I liked it, a girl, and she thought I was judging her because she smoked. So I was trying to convince her that I wasn't judging her, and I wound up having a smoke session with her.
Wait. Did
Yeah, it
you
was
say anything negative about her smoking?
no, but it's just the way she was presenting herself. Like I don't know, because when I don't smoke, people tend to think that I judge them because they do.
Well, yeah, I guess it was like because I used to be a non-smoker, but the people I don't know. I was a bunch around a lot of niggas, so they ain't give a fuck if I didn't smoke it.
All
Like
right,
it wasn't that insecurity with them. They ain't care.
hold on to that thought. 'Cause I want to see
Okay.
what got you into being a smoker. I thought you was always a smoker, but
No.
I want to say I was young. I was in my 20s, and I thought I liked this girl. Turns out it was nothing. And yeah, I smoked with her. I didn't really feel. I don't know. I just never caught the buzz. I don't know if I was doing it right, if I was inhaling right, or what. But
Mm.
second time I smoked some Reggie with a cousin and my man's Oops. I told this story before. My man Oops.
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
that.
and I smoked, and we went for a ride. And I swore the popo was behind us, chasing us, man. I saw blue and them red lights. And I had I had a little moment back there. Only for everybody to turn around and go, it's nobody back there, fam. It's nobody back there.
And,
So
and that was with you smoking Reggie. Like
that
you knew
was
what Reggie
Reggie.
was.
That was Reggie. But they told me that was I think they told me that was Reggie. So
Wow. Wow.
and the third instant was my edible situation. And you saw that video. And
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes, that
I'm
video
good.
was a little disturbing and funny at the same time. It was very hilarious for me, but like if somebody didn't know you and that was the first time they saw you, they would probably be concerned, yes,
Yeah.
about your mental health.
Fam, I actually drove to Domino's like that, fam. I drove,
Yeah.
ate
See,
the whole pie in the parking lot.
no. See, the thing is you just have to, you're a newbie just like I was. Like you just have to know your limits. That's all. Like I don't know if you're gonna eat a edible or you just gonna eat a whole brownie just off the strength. Like that's kind of
It's half.
stupid.
I swear it was half.
That's stupid though.
I swear it was half. That's what they said. Just take half.
Just take half. So the half got you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have started off with the quarter, my nigga. Oh, what you too manly for
No,
a quarter?
I
Oh,
know.
okay.
Nobody suggested that.
Oh, well, I guess my first suggestion, the first time I did it, they suggested a quarter. So
Okay, so tell us how you got into it. Like, what? How
I didn't
old
get
were
it.
you?
I didn't get into smoking or drinking until I was late. Like a lot of people forget. Like if you see me now, I'm fat as hell. But like when I was young, I was an athlete growing up.
Okay.
So I didn't smoke. I didn't do anything. I was a straight square. It was nothing but workouts and the gym and being on the field doing drills and stuff like that. I didn't not have time, but I did not smoke or drink until I was in my 30s. Like I was a super late bloomer.
Okay.
It was always like that.
I don't want to say my 30s when I had my first drink. I think it was late 20s. Because in the hood,
Hold on though, I don't mean to cut you off. I didn't have my first drink in my 30s, but I did not I was not a casual or social drinker at all until I got to my 30s.
yeah.
Let's just say that. Like it was maybe a sip every once in a while, and it didn't do anything for me. Like I wasn't a drinker like that.
Yeah, my introduction to the alcoholic beverages came from when I was hanging out with my mans and them. See, in the hood, it was always Hennessy and Remy, right? And everybody drink out the bottle. Well, I thought those drinks were disgusting. So when you take a sip of them, it's just like, well, this is not something I can see myself drinking for a long periods of time, and I don't feel the effect. So it's just like if I can't get drunk off a sip or two, probably just never going to happen. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay, I got you.
I stayed away from it. I was introduced to mixed drinks. Believe it or not, I was in my late 20s when I was introduced to it, to where you put a little orange juice into the Absolute with some Red Bull
Okay.
or something, and you're now drinking something delicious that's actually getting you
Right.
where you want to be. It's like, oh my
Like I remember
god,
back in the day going out. Like my cheap going out drink was like the Long Island iced teas.
Long Island iced tea still does the thing.
Word up, yo! Like if
It's,
you broke and don't really drink, yeah, let me get a Long Island. That's what you go. That's what you go get. That's like the non-drinkers drink.
I'll be honest, if I had $1 million, I'd still order the Long Island.
Me too, because we
does
from the
the
hood.
trick.
Like we grew up poor and broke, so that's like the
That
cheapest, strongest shit you can get that actually tastes good at a bar when you first
tastes
start drinking.
good, and it'll
Right.
get you where you need to be.
Exactly. But
Man,
now I'm 43 years old. I'm not getting no fucking long. I don't remember the last time I had a Long Island iced tea, fam. That's not. I don't know. We don't do that no more.
okay, well, I'll be 39 this year, and I'm going to give me a Long
See,
Island.
but you still eat Domino's and shit and love it.
What is
So
that?
it's the same thing. It's the same shit.
Hey, yo, we can take a shot at my doctor.
It's the
Every
same
chance
shit.
you get.
I can't be surprised you drinking Long Island iced teas if you still eat
Yo, this
Domino's,
nigga
fam.
drink Long Island iced teas and eat Domino's. This nigga filthy, ain't he?
I'm not I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised. I don't expect you to be eating Domino's, but I'm not shocked. No. Now you still drinking Long Island, fam. I
What's
don't know
wrong?
the last time I had one. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with Domino's? Honestly.
There's nothing wrong with Domino's, man.
Okay.
But it's like the I don't know. Remember how Elio's was like
Ooh,
the
oh, you're
joint?
comparing Domino's to
No, I'm
Ilios?
just saying it was just the standard of microwave pizza, right? Domino's was just like the introduction standard to delivery pizza. That's all it was, yo. Because Domino's was before Pizza Hut and all that.
So wait a minute. Roland in the chat said that Long Island ain't no joke. First time I had one was my 10-year high school
See, look,
anniversary.
look that Long Island.
About 28, 29?
Yo, I'm saying,
It's like 28, 29. Because we graduated 18. I don't know
right,
if Roland
right.
might have stayed back a few times. Not no,
Roland was
no
almost
judge
30
zone.
before he
Yeah,
got
he
to
was
Long Island for the
30.
first time. That Long Islander put you down, fam. I'm telling you that right now.
Yes, sir. The Long Island's is still my thing, man. I don't care how old I am. I'm definitely going to do the Long Island. That's just my thing. So yeah, man. Where should we start? Like I said, like I was saying pre-show, this just might be the recap of episode 159. We can call this episode 159 and a half.
Well, one thing that we did not recap last week that we forgot completely, and we might as well just get it out the way because I'm pretty sure we don't have a lot for it, is there was a versus that night. And we didn't talk about the verses between Mary and BB and Cece at all the last episode.
Right. We didn't introduce it. And that night it happened. And
Right.
I definitely forgot to even put it in the docket.
Right,
I didn't
exactly.
watch it, but I saw some clips of some spice. If you want to get into it a bit, we can.
Yeah,
I
because I saw the whole thing. I loved it. But I'm the
was it
type of person I actually listen to gospel music, especially like when I was younger. So all the stuff that Mary and BB and Cece was singing, I actually knew. I'm not put up on the I'm not up on like the newer gospel music, but this stuff, yeah, I was in heaven. I was chilling.
so let me ask you, did you expect the spice or
Oh no, I don't think it was real spice. I think it was that's just they have to do something for entertainment value. You know, we always said that like these people don't have beef. You got to think about it. They're two gospel groups,
well,
and they're both siblings. Like Mary is sisters, BB and Cece are brother and sister. Like, there wasn't no real spice going on.
I know it wasn't a real spice, but we've seen respectful verses. We've seen verses where there was no jabs thrown back and forth. So I was just saying, even though it was playful, did we expect this from the gospel clique? I mean, they really was. They said, I mean, I saw one clip where BB was like, "Listen, those some cute songs y'all write. We write about our we." we
My BB did have bars up there.
BB has he said we write about our real life.
But
Don't
I
come here with
like I told you in like as it was going on though, I'm a big Mary fan though, so you know, I'm biased when it comes to this. Even though BB and CC they're like a generation before us.
mm-hmm.
Like say if our parents was watching this, BB and CC probably wiped the floor with Mary. But for me, it's just the opposite. Like I grew up on Mary more. So all of their stuff was, hitting for me, and some of the BB and CC stuff, slow, stuff that was in the 80s, that was before my time. Some of the songs I didn't even know. So I think it depends on who you are, how entertaining this verses was for you.
I like it when God's children get spicy.
You gonna go right back to the spice. I was trying to be positive.
No,
You went back to it.
I like it when God's children are spicy. Show that you're human. Show that hey,
Yeah.
there's some things I don't like. I think growing up, we've always had the reason why I asked because people always had this imagination that if you're Christian and you're a lover of God, you got to be the nicest person in the world. You can't tell a joke. You can't make a diss record. You can't curse in your gospel. So like, there's certain things that you can't do. And I think the message that we take, I think that the misunderstanding of the whole message is as long as we're alive and breathing, God's not done with us yet. We're still, on the
True.
path to make mistakes and all of that. Not saying that this jab was not saying that their back and forth was a mistake, but it just shows their human side. Listen, I'm
Right,
better than you. I could be a gospel singer.
right.
I
I
better
get
than
it.
you. What's
Right.
wrong with that? I like it.
Right.
I'm just saying I did not expect it. When I turned, I said, whoa, are you and Mary, one of the Mary girls was like, "Yo, you better stop sweating over there for that Ben Gay. I mean, not the Ben Gay, but the
The-
just for men run out, buddy."
Right. Because BB was looking at his beard was awfully white up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had spice for each other, but I dug it though. To me, it was more like families. You know how you were with your family. You haven't seen them for a while. You got jokes for everybody.
But
At
you
least
know,
I do.
yeah, but you know, people don't rehearse the spice. So we've seen sometimes it
Yeah, you
goes a
can't
little
rehearse the
different.
spice.
So sometimes you still can say something that can trigger somebody. Like
Yeah.
When Fat Joe called such and such, dusty bitches.
Right.
When
Yeah.
Cam and Styles got into a kicking altercation.
Right.
And
Right.
there's some times where you're like, oh, you said that to me? I thought we was cool.
Right. It's a
Oh,
line.
Curtis.
There's like an imaginary line that you know you're not supposed to cross, but
Mm,
that person might not know what the line is.
I mean, telling Ja Rule 50 Cent. It's just, I mean, you can know that. Like, I didn't see Fat Joe take too many drinks up there. I think he knew what he was saying, but when you get in that competitive mind state, you just
Yeah.
start saying
True.
anything to your friend. That's what
See,
I'm
I
saying.
think
Like, this is your friend.
here's my thing though. I think the spice usually comes for the person that's losing, or know they gotta do the. They know they gotta put seasoning on it for them to not have a chance, but to just give them a leg up. I think that's what BB was doing up there. Because to be honest, CC was up there forgetting all the words, like she was singing from her phone. They
I
both
heard
sound
that.
great
I
though.
heard that.
Everybody on stage sounded great, but CC, you could tell she didn't know none of the songs, like none of them. Like she looked at her phone for every single song almost, and sometimes she wasn't even singing. She'll just let the backdrop sing
But,
or
but
the crowd. Like she'll put the microphone to the crowd. That trick.
now, I know we talking, but what about the legends? What about Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight? She battled Gladys Knight, right? They
Yeah.
was looking at the Teletron. They was like, where the lyrics at? Now, maybe
Right.
because they're older, but when the songs came on, they had to find the TV.
I mean, that's a little different though. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
I don't expect BB and CC. Don't get me wrong; they're older. I'm not gonna disrespect them, but they're not Gladys Knight old
I'm
though.
just saying.
Like,
When you
they like in their
Teletron,
50s. They not like in their 70s, fam. You should know your songs, especially if you know this is coming.
okay.
Like I'm pretty sure they rehearsed. They had to have rehearsed this stuff.
I think what the energy is showing is they did not.
Yeah, right.
I
It
think,
didn't look like BB and CC rehearsed at all. They didn't know what songs was coming. But Mary, on the other hand, they knew exactly what was coming, and they sung everything
yeah,
and knew all the words.
you can always tell who more professionals, kind of like the Locks and Dipset. You know what I'm saying? It might have just looked better had they just prepared. The Locks were prepared. It was fresh off a tour.
It's not just that though. I think Mary is just more in shape in general because
I'm
they probably do more shows and are on tour way more than BB and CC Winans are. I
Well, yeah,
would think.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that in my mind,
Uh-huh.
BB and CC Wines might be retired versus offered them a bag, and he said, "All right,
Oh right, yeah.
let's
Yeah,
just."
Mary aren't retired. Like they're still doing music and shows and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I expected them to win off the performance aspect alone, just because of that.
Jesus won. We won.
Jesus won. Yeah, yeah.
Jesus won,
Jesus won
man. Shout out to Versus. We
for
love it.
for the first time. I was live tweeting it when it was happening. My favorite gospel song just so happened to be a Mary Mary song called Yesterday,
Okay.
and it was and they sung it so well that it was the first song in verses that they actually played twice on purpose.
No, Soldier Boy.
This was I'm talking about on purpose. Like it was an encore. Like they was asking for it. Like somebody asked for it. Like the crowd was
Oh,
asking for it. Soldier Boy just took it upon himself to play that bullshit twice. That's completely different than what I'm
but
talking
that's
about.
going to be his argument. Soldier Boy was the first to play this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. He was the first person to play the
He's going to
song,
live
but
and die on that
he
score.
just did it just to be a jerk. They were actually like they did yesterday. BB and CC did a song, and the crowd wanted Mary Mary to do yesterday again. So it's not like they played it back to back like it was an encore like that. It was so good the first time. BB and CC went and they decided to do yesterday again.
So let me ask you this question, right? Of course, nobody's keeping score anymore. You can say who you think won based
Right. I didn't keep score.
but if we're going round for round and they played yesterday, which is everybody's at that time, at that event and yours favorite song, it beats whatever CC and BC played.
Yeah, I don't even remember what they played after that.
If they ask for it again, do they win that round again? Is that
No. I
they
don't think
can't
that
win?
counted. That
Okay.
don't count. Yeah, that don't count.
CC and BB went again. So that means that whatever they forfeited that round is what you're saying.
Kind of.
Okay. Okay.
At least to me. And plus, I don't know. I just don't. I don't get the counting anymore. Like I didn't count at all. I had no idea what round it was. Jesus won. That's all. No, I'm saying like I don't know what was going on. I just know I don't even know in the set when yesterday fell. It seemed like it was towards the middle, but when it came to like, who was going first, and then switching it, and they didn't have a intermission like they usually do. You know how they have an intermission in
Yeah.
the, they either standing up or sitting down. They take away something or change clothes. They didn't have any of that. They just went straight through. This was a fast versus. It was the fastest one.
Okay.
Like they went right through those. I guess maybe because they was running late on the East Coast. It was almost 10 o'clock when they started.
You gotta stop.
And for gospel people, you gotta think about the people that's watching this. All the gospel people on the East Coast, they sleep by 11:30. Like this is on a Sunday night, like going into Monday morning. So
Or they don't want to turn on the devil's toy of Instagram to watch
the
this.
devil's toy of Instagram.
Come on, fam. You know, you already know.
Fam.
CC, Mary, and CC and BB will have to repent after that versus, buddy.
Yo, the devil's toy is
Devil's
hilarious.
toy, fam. Y'all on Instagram?
Instagram. What is that?
What is that? I mean, I got.
That's the only thing about all these verses with the older people. Like for the audience that it has, like they don't have this stuff. Like my mom probably would have liked this. She ain't know nothing about this.
Yeah.
And none of us are going to just, go to our parents' house and set it up every time.
Yeah, and hold the phone for them or set up their tablet.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just not doing that.
No, I'm not doing it. They don't need to see it that bad.
So shout out to that versus, man. I heard it was dope. Jarrell enjoyed it. Jesus won. Also, man, another, where do we want to go now, man? Benzino still in the news. Somebody actually tried. Mike Tyson, Pusha T drops a new project. Where you want to go?
Let's do Benzino first because I actually had the video of him. Hold on one second.
You don't got the video of him punching the air, do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, your man's got that. Hold on.
We're here with Benzino, the one and only. Yeah. He's a real legend, and we're excited. Just got off the phone, my man, Bitcoin Rodney. Yeah. And Bitcoin Rodney told me to come over here to sign.
Shout out to Bitcoin Rodney. What up?
It's 50. You're talking all this stuff.
Yeah.
Benzino wants to step in the ring.
Let's throw those right there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, you want to be a man about things, man, step in the ring because that's where men sell their differences. Fuck all that internet shit. Step in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Mano y mano. All right?
Right here, the contract's going to be signed.
Let's go.
Yo, he slammed that pin down with aggression.
There it is. Professional celebrity boxing, Bitcoin Rodney, and
what we doing? What we doing?
Benzino's ready. 50.
What we doing?
He is signed.
What we doing? Huh?
Let's go 50.
Yeah. The Zista. Let's go.
11th.
Let's go.
Florida.
Let's go.
You want to know what's hilarious about all of this?
Everything. Nothing wasn't funny. It's not a single serious. It wasn't a single serious moment in that whole video. What are you talking about? Everything was funny. Everything was funny, fam.
Hey, why do they keep asking rich people to do celebrity boxing? Why do they keep offering?
Why was he punching the air? What was that?
He got real.
I swore he did the sound effects with like that wasn't his fist. He swung and said. He did that with his mouth. Do you understand how crazy that is, fam? He did this. He did the wind sound with his mouth, fam. He said, "Oh man, that's some funny
Why do they
shit."
keep offering rich people money to celebrity box, man?
Oh man,
they wanted to pay Will Smith. One of the richest men.
He worth like $350 million. He's supposed to go into a ring and fight Chris Rock for real.
I got $20 million. You and Chris Rock, fam. I can make
and like Chris ain't worth like 150 himself. Like he rich too. All of these people are too rich to be doing this, fam.
50's making millions of dollars just by giving a TV studio an idea to do nothing. Why do I want to get in the ring?
Oh, this is
and be physical for money. I don't get it. But here's my thing, though. Honestly, right?
Okay.
50 Cent. We talked about this. 50 Cent, about 25 to 30 years ago, if not sooner, was a boxer. That is the facts.
Yeah, he was like 13.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. About 30 years ago.
Yeah, he was a teenager.
I'm not saying he still got that efficiency,
Right?
and effectiveness with his hands. I'm not saying that. But the fact that he still is, once again, we can just say Mike Tyson as well. We can talk about Mike Tyson to follow this because
Okay.
even though Tyson ain't Tyson, like you don't want to put Tyson in the ring with Tyson Fury.
No.
But if you fuck with Tyson on the street, he could probably still whip your ass. I say that to say this about Benzino and 50 Cent. People make jokes about Benzino's neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he has a good bob and weave technique.
Fam.
So with that being said,
Wait.
if you just
Wait.
it just doesn't look
Wait
like
a second. What? Wait. You saying this nigga defense got to be trash because he ain't got no neck?
man, it's no way he move. It's no way he can actually move his neck in an athletic way. Gosh. Whatever
Hey, yo.
50 throws at him. Am I lying?
But the fact that you chose that angle to go with is hilarious.
If 50 is washed as a fighter, which he might be, he's 40. Listen, bro, Benzino's 57. 50 is pushing 50. Everybody's old head now, fam. I am not expecting, when I say 50 got hands, I respect him. I am not expecting him to square up with anybody and just anybody. Now,
Right.
he was sparring with Mayweather about 10 years ago. Like, he still was in the gym.
Mhm.
I get that.
I believe 50 can still fight.
Yes.
Does he want to? Hell
Does he
no.
want to?
No.
That's a difference.
No,
That is a difference. Now,
Huge
if I use these hands, it's because I have to. That's a different fighter. You get what I'm saying? Like
I
I'm
can
not.
still fight too. If you see me fighting, it is you know what I got to do in order to fight. Like you got to do in order for me to fight you for real.
Mhm.
Like I make too much money for that, and I'm broke.
And that's actually what a fighter learns later on. Like we actually learn to control our anger.
Yeah,
We learn that just because we can fight, we can box, that should be our last resort.
yeah.
And like people who can actually fight aren't quick to want to throw hands.
I'd have been in jail. Are you serious? Like I'd have been locked up already or dead. Somebody would have shot me.
I told you when I left kickboxing class, I said it was all women in there. No men are actually learning how to actually fight. I can beat all you now.
Just off two training sections.
So
You already can fight better than most men.
right, because you learn the technique. Like first off, we all can throw hands. Right now, if you connect, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? He's only 46. He probably still can't. 40.
You talk about 50.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can
50%.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, bro, you seen him at the Super Bowl. He's put on some weight. He's
Right.
not running to the gym. I'm saying when you become an executive, you tend to eat more donuts. You just tend to
Man,
just
50
do
was
less.
50 was hanging upside down. You only had like 15 more seconds before he just
Before the whole thing was going to
before the
collapse.
whole shit would have just crumbled. Like, nah.
That's all I'm saying. It's like, bro, we chilling. We eating good. We're fat. Hey, I'm 46 and I don't want to fight nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not about to do that. When I was 26, I wish a nigga would.
Oh yeah, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, and
But
I'm
now
not saying
I'm 43 and hate cutting grass. You think I want to fight somebody? No,
and that's
absolutely
not
not.
saying that Benzino at 26 wouldn't have do the pause, but I just think this is a dumb idea. This only benefits Benzino. If 50 Cent knocks out Benzino, nobody's surprised. If Benzino knocks out 50 Cent, he goes on to be the greatest thing in sliced bread. It's like if I shoot you, you famous.
Right,
if I
right.
shoot you, I'm brainless. What's a nigga to
Right.
do? It's what it is.
Right.
I'm not boxing you, Benzino. I'll make fun of you on my Instagram. But
He
that's
knows
about
that though,
it. He knows that.
because
And
that's why he can get away with saying and doing stuff like that.
now I'm also confused because Benzino, I heard, wants to sue Curtis Jackson. So I don't know which bag he's in. He's in the sue bag or he's in the I want a celebrity box you since you want to talk about me.
Sue him for what though? Like defamation,
Yeah, but that's not on 50 because that he didn't put it on the internet.
right? He just making fun of it,
Yeah, he would have to sue Shauna Brooks.
right?
I'm looking bad, Shauna. Me, I'm a masculine man.
Oh, that's
I don't-
crazy.
Fam, you don't. The saying says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, fam. So you cannot beat me over the head with a 57-year-old man is trying something new for the very first time.
That fucking sound effect is killing me still.
I'm looking bad, Shauna. But yeah, 50. So yeah, it's like the Benzino thing. 50's not going to do it. And I think he'll lose if he tries to sue. I just don't think that the internet and Benzino works. I was telling y'all this story that I know people personally Benzino has blocked, which means he's still on the internet. Like he's looking. Like people aren't. Celebrities should not be actually on the web.
What do you mean? Celebrities are on the web all the time.
I don't think they should, because we're in a comedic. Everybody's a comedian. Everybody's a jokester. Everybody just wants to laugh instead of making sense of things, and everybody wants to talk about people. Like that's what tweeting does, right?
Well, yeah, but I think it's cool to be a celebrity on the internet, but I think you just can't be a sensitive one.
You know what?
You can't act like you tough. This is the internet. Nobody's fighting for real. Like you just gotta have thick skin. That's all.
I don't know. I think that what they do is you might have a celebrity tweet that out, but they're not on there looking at their responses. They'll never see them.
For the most part, no. I wouldn't think so, no.
Okay. So that's my point. But if you're actually on there watching
you got to think
replies,
about it. We got to think about the level of celebrity we talking about. Like, of course, somebody like Jay-Z or Beyonce can't look at their responses. Just too many of them. Whether it's positive or negative. I can see why they don't look at it at all. It's just too much. Benzino, on the other hand, if I mention Benzino right now,
he'll probably get that.
It won't get lost in a lot of shit. Like he'll see it.
But he should not. Him and the internet have not got along since the internet's existence. He's been the punching bag of the internet since it started, since Love and Hip Hop, ever since like even before the internet. There was always jokes of Benzino. Oh, they stabbed him up. Oh, they jumped him. Oh, he's trash. Oh, it's Slaughterhouse, Eminem. Like no matter before the internet, it was always Benzino at the end of a joke. Yeah, now you bring the internet into it.
That's true.
He just needs to figure out a different way to get in his bag and make his money. I would do that just for me. Like he really seems to really get upset when people don't agree with him, and and I think it's a trolling situation now. To me, they just can't wait for him to say, "Hey, good morning, fuck out of here," you know?
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, just can't wait to say something to him.
Yeah, that's true. Because they know they'll get a reaction out of him.
Facts.
Like, you can't be sensitive.
Yeah. So also speaking of boxing, man, real quick, Mike Tyson got into it because somebody did the unthinkable, what people talk about daily, honestly. If Mike Tyson, was in your face, what would you do? Or, would you antagonize Mike Tyson to go viral? One person actually attempted this stuff that people talk about, right? If Mike Tyson was here, I'd do this. People say that because he gets older. This guy actually really did something.
But this is a completely different. I mean, there's a reason for this, man. Like I don't like we joking and stuff, but on the serious tip, this ain't nothing but white privilege. Like a black person would never have done this.
That's what I'm saying. Like we
couldn't get away with it. That's why.
Okay.
Like he really thought he could get away with that stuff. It was a reason for that.
I agree with you on that.
Plane?
I'm just on a plane is nuts.
Right.
I think the point that I'm trying to make is no matter what color you are, and I see your point though, but I think this era will do anything to go viral. This is what I'm getting at. He did this.
I'm just saying, like when it comes to plane stuff, you don't never see one of us acting up. At least I haven't seen it.
When it comes to Mike Tyson, you never see none of us speak on the stuff that we joke about. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't care if he wasn't on a plane. I see everything you're saying. Like I'm saying, like for years, everybody has made a joke about Mike Tyson. Like,
right.
Either you won't mess with Tyson because his hands are still quick. I seen a video, right? I forgot this young man's name. He's a former football player, and I'm so mad. But I seen him jokingly run up on Mike, fake hit him in the ribs. Mike turned around and got into the head bob, and he said, "Oh shit, I ain't fucking."
I remember that. Who was that?
I can't remember his name, but
that was a while ago.
He tried to play with Mike.
Right.
Mike turned around, and even though he gave him soft jabs, he got into that head movement and dipping. And my man said, "Oh shit, I ain't."
Right.
But he said, "I want to," and even though in a joking manner, in his mind, he said, "I want to see." Once he saw, oh shit, I ain't joking around with Mike no more. You get what I'm saying?
Once you see that switch flip, it's a wrap.
Everybody want to see, like, yo, I'm a fake tap play with Mike, and once
to me, it's almost like, I don't know, it's kind of treating him like an animal then. It's kind of like going to the zoo and tapping on the glass to get a reaction out of the animal so they can do stuff. I don't like that.
And he got what he got.
Right.
He got
He got his glass tap back.
he got what he got. Look at him, like, and that bruising came from no space, no
No
punching
nothing.
room. I'm just hit you with short hooks. Imagine if I was able to cock them back. If you actually watch the video, it's all small hooks. Like,
Yeah, I didn't want to put the video up there. I mean, I ain't trying to jam Mike up. I mean, that's why I don't know if you noticed when they have like the radio, not the radio, the newspaper clippings or the any type of article or whatever, it says Mike Tyson appears the hitman or alleged the hitman, even though we have video of him tapping his fucking head like 6 times. It always says like Mike Tyson appears the hitman. I don't want to jam Mike up, so we just gonna have pictures.
yeah, but I do agree with you saying, man. Definitely a form of white privilege, and
Of course.
and it's also just a mixture of look at me hit like because it was being recorded, right?
Right.
Hit the record button. We're going to upload this to YouTube or Instagram and say, hey, listen, I was on playing with Mike Tyson. And I did this. If Mike Tyson would have, and honestly, because of the reputation of Mike Tyson, if he would have allowed this to happen, then that just would have set other people up. You have to attack the narrative head on. And I'm not saying that nobody else will try this because people are nuts.
Right.
It's just, just other people are on notice. Like, bro, we don't want those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knots. Scars that he got from knuckles, fam. It looked like somebody took a blade and start cutting. Those are somebody's knuckles that did that.
Hey, yo, and Mike old as hell too. Like just imagine, fam. Like he might have killed him, but I'm glad Mike ain't try to hurt him, because you could tell like he could have hit him harder if he wanted to. These was almost like love taps, and his face ended up looking like that.
That's because of the space that was, or the lack thereof, on that plate. But
I don't think it was just space. I just don't think he hit him as hard as he wanted to. Like, think about it though. He could have caved his head in still. Like, even with that space, by reaching over the chair, he could have hit him harder than that if he wanted to.
I hear you.
I think so.
And to see this man's face and say, I ain't hit you that hard.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Leave Mike the fuck alone.
I ain't even hit you that hard.
I didn't even hit you that hard, fam.
I didn't hit you that hard, man.
These were, to me, honestly, I still think Mike didn't snap. I think he knew what he was doing, and these were leave me alone hits. These weren't I'm trying to kill you hits, yo. I seen that Mike. This was a different Mike. This is the weed smoking Mike. Mike was high. Mike was chilling. Mike was chilling on the plane, fam. Like, that's all he was doing. But you see, check what Roland said. You see his boy, who was his brother, never intervened. Like, I think the dude that he was sitting next to was dude brother. He didn't say shit the whole time. So, like, what do you do if your man's is talking to Mike Tyson like that, fam? And your man's getting knotted up by Mike. That whole plane, like they was in the air, nigga. Like, you got to land the plane still.
That whole thing is spooky, fam.
Like, what do you do?
If my brother or anybody that I'm with, and I tell him, listen, bro, it's Mike Tyson, leave him alone, and you get, it's just something it's something that you have to, the decision you have to make. Even if you tell them, hey, stop, that's Mike Tyson, leave him alone. Once Mike Tyson starts putting a pause on you, you either, do you jump in or do you just, hey, that's what you get? That's up to you. I'm not going to say anybody should answer that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
I think it's hard because that's your brother. So regardless if your brother is wrong or not, you still going to, would want to jump in.
I think you will jump in because you'll be like, Mike, you're killing him. Like, you're not going to sit there and watch
Mike, stop it, Mike. That's when you jump on Mike. You get into it not to fight Mike, but like, I don't know, throw yourself like as a human shield. Like, get off of Mike.
You have to do it then. Of course, you don't want to jump in it, but once you see your brother's face getting pushed,
right, you got to do something.
You got to do something, man. You can't wait till it's over to be like, see, I told you, bro. I'm brain dead right now, bro, because you sat there and didn't help me.
Right. You heard the lock story with Eve? We got to poke Mike. Yo, something has to happen. Like, you can't just let him do whatever he wants.
Like them niggas had a whole huddle. Like, yo, we got to do something, fam.
You got to do something. You got to jump in, like whether you want to or not. Like some things you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. So to continue the conversation from last week, man, we had a conversation last week about Mr. Pusha T and his rollout. And we questioned that rollout. And once the pod was over, what happened? We got a release date. It's just like everything we talked about on the pod seemed to just come out. We actually got a release date from the Pusha man. I'm your Pusha. It's almost dry.
It's almost dry.
Just dropped this past Friday. I would say that's 24/22.
Yeah.
I believe so. 4/22. The album that he's been telling us is the album of the year. This guy told us this was album of the year in 2021. So does this count? It's like, how do you have the album of the year but dropping the next year of the? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he knew what he was. He like I knew what he meant. Like he meant like whenever he drops, it's
Whenever it
going to
drops.
be whenever it drops, it's going to be album of the year. Because he did say that last year. You're right.
Yes. So album drop. You heard it. I'm pretty sure you did. I heard it.
Yep.
I was on the tweets on the Twitter saying I'm trying to listen to this album, but once Diet Coke come on, I just put it on repeat. So it was kind of hard for me to get
And that's
past
smack dab right in the middle too.
Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to get past Diet Coke. But I'm also saying like this is what you want an album to feel like. You want that one or two record that goes, yo, I can't get past this one.
And Diet Coke was a song that you heard already. Like it wasn't even a new song on the album, but this song is so dope. Yeah, I had to repeat it a couple times when I first heard it on there too.
And it kind of puts me in that because Magic has been my favorite album since it's been released, and I've been looking for something to compete with it. And I got the Pusha T, which I knew it would be like a Nas and Pusha T type of vibe. I wouldn't because even though Kendrick announced his release date, we'll talk about that too. I'm not even gonna compare him to this because it's just two different projects. And I think that right now Nas with Hit Boy and Pusha T with Kanye West and Pharrell, you can put those hip hop albums in the same category. I just think Kendrick has just crossed over in a good way to he's just a superstar. So we want to compare him to superstars. So this right here has been April, and Magic dropped in December. So this is like a 4-month dry spell of 4 months to where I finally got an album that I can put next to Magic, in my opinion. 12 records. I love them all. I think they're all dope. Of course you'll go, man, Little Uzi Vert, but you already know when you see a Little Uzi Vert and another like a little type of artist, you know that they're using them for a hook or some type of
Nah, he rapped. He had a verse on it.
He probably did, but I don't recognize his voice, so I don't know.
That's
I'm not yet.
I actually think he killed his verse. Like he's the first person that rap on that song.
Okay, see, I wouldn't know that because I don't follow Uzi. So I know what he looks like, but if Uzi was to start rapping, I wouldn't know. But that's just this is what today's generation has created. Kudos to them. So yeah, like I said, I'm digging the album. I like it. It's the first big album of the year for me, and that's all I got for it.
I absolutely loved it, but I'm biased. Push is one of my favorite rappers, so to me it was almost like dissecting the album for me. Who do I like him better with? Because this is the first time he's had like a split album. It's like 6 songs is Pharrell and 6 songs is Kanye West. I think I think he split it up like that. So to me, I'm starting to believe that I like Pusha with Kanye more than I like him with Pharrell now. And that's saying a lot because all Clip stuff is Neptune's and Pharrell stuff. But now, as I'm getting older and their music is, how it's evolved, Pharrell beats are still dope, but they don't hit me like they used to. Not like the other stuff from back in the day. Even though all these songs I still think is tight, it's just the ones with Kanye West, Diet Coke, Dreaming of the Past, Hear Me Clearly, the last song with Malice, they made a Clips record at the end of the album, I Pray For You, that's Ye too. Like all of those songs are my best, or my favorite of the album.
I agree with you. I was actually thinking that as well. It's just like him and Ye are one hell of a combination, as you can see, to where this man, Kanye West, a few years ago dropped 8 projects in a month, yet the only one we cared about was him and Push. Not him, not his album, but the one he produced for Push. So it just shows you, the chemistry is there. So why does Ye, even though this is what he loves to do, and I'm pretty sure he's just not going to listen to us because once again, he's a producer for all. But your matches, Pusha, when y'all get together, it's incredible. Like that song that he got with Kanye, where they said, "I'm sorry, I think I'm Shine." It gave me that old Kanye feel. It gave me because they had like a little bit of auto tone on it. I'm like, this sounds like 08 Kanye.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt about it. And the Pharrell piece is cool. Pharrell, I mean, like it's been a while since we've got Beautiful or something like that. Like he makes dope music, but nothing that sticks out in a while where you go, oh shit, that's Pharrell.
Right. Like Pharrell is the Neptunes. Like it's a different sound for me. Like I could tell when Chad is involved for the most part, and I
Mm-hmm.
could tell when Pharrell do something by itself. Like it's more musical. That's why you could tell who does what on this album. Like it's kind of hard for me to explain it. Like the drums aren't as loud. The strings are more, they're more prevalent in the beat when it comes to the stuff that Ye was doing. Ye is all hard, either 808s or the beats are just different.
Yeah, I just wish Kanye would understand that his perfect match right now is Pusha T. And just stop all this other stuff and just him and Pusha T should just go in and just make music, possibly an album together or just do. But Pusha says he only drops every 3 years, so we
Hmm.
can't ask any more for him. Like we got 6 songs from Ye. We actually got just 2 back-to-back dope projects. I mean back to back to back to back. If you want to kind of scope
Man,
catalog,
the next thing I want from Push, I want him and Malice to get. I need another Clips album because that last song, "I Pray for You," that is to me that's the best song in the album.
but
Like that was nuts to me. I love that song.
but if the clips come together, you're gonna need the Neptunes and not Kanye. So you got to
I know.
understand. You might get those bars, but you might
Hmm.
get different production. So it's always going to be, just not getting everything you want. You just might get something that you want.
I don't know. I don't know because Ye actually produced that song, so
Well,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying. Ye produced this one, but if you get a clips, like this
Whole
is,
album,
this what I'm saying. If you get a clips, you got to go Neptunes, right?
right?
That's
But
that's the thing.
hopefully, Ye will still be sprinkled in there. Hopefully, I mean that's just me being, biased, but it might, even if it's not half and half. Let me get like 2 or 3 songs with Ye doing the beat on the next Clips album. Because if Malice can do that on Ye beat, then it is what it is. Like this song is dope.
So look, right. When the album goes off, it starts to spin into other records.
Okay, what happened?
So I'm doing my thing, and it's almost dry. It goes off, and it just goes into more Pusha T records.
Okay,
The Drake disc comes on.
okay.
Why isn't that? Why do we keep talking about Takeover and Ether? Sometimes things are just stuck in our head to where you have to keep talking about disc records. Fam, the disrespect.
Hey yo, they need to leave Push alone, family. Push
I never
alone,
really
man.
spoke on that record because sometimes I don't live in the moment. I gotta always go back and get stuff. You see how I said I had to put Diet Coke on repeat, even though I heard that shit 2 months before the
Hmm.
album came out. I don't live in today. I go back and I'm like, oh shit, this was good. That's just how I
Hmm.
do it. The song, I can't even know. I don't know the name of the song because I wasn't looking. But the son of Adonis or something like that,
Hmm.
something like that. It comes on. I'm listening to the record like, yo, he killed this guy.
Yeah, you did.
He killed this guy, and there's no coming back. And
It's,
they actually stopped the beef with a fake white towel by Prince saying we will reply, but it's getting out of hand. No, you guys had no answer for this, man. You guys had no
how
answer
about
for
I
this.
said all of this at the time, but it's Drake, so I don't know a lot. It's Drake. It's about popularity. Like Drake got his head cut off.
I believe it's about popularity, but that's why I say it's like we keep saying, what's the better diss record? Ether or Takeover, bro. Did y'all hear the Pusha T joint?
Right.
Why?
It's the same way that when Joe Button put out those 2 or 3 diss songs with Drake,
Yeah,
yo, he really, really killed Drake. But it's just that since Drake didn't, he didn't reply, so it's almost like Joe was rapping to himself. So you know what I'm saying? So if
hey,
you rap it to yourself, it
wait,
almost don't matter what you
wait.
did.
Let's dissect that because you just touched on something, right?
Okay.
Joe Button went so hard.
Yeah,
It
Drake was
made
like,
him
"Nah, I'm
look.
good."
It made him look stupid
Right.
when Drake didn't reply.
Like we're at that point. Like the way we grew up, we supposed to be on Joe's side because Drake didn't say anything. Like you supposed to respond. That's what the kind of era that we grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know since so much sensitivity got into the game because when Drake started, but he made that go away somehow. And
Yeah.
I never got it. I never understood why people actually allowed him to do that.
Well, at that time, Joe Button was Benzino's stepbrother. I'll say.
Right. Like people didn't like him.
They
People
didn't
just
like him.
don't like him.
So whenever
Right.
whenever he did something, people just it's Joe, it's Joe, it's just Joe. So at that time, for you to go so hard to get no response. Now the difference. Now I brought that up because Pusha went cool, like Pusha went hard, but
Mhm.
not hard. You get what I'm saying? Like yo,
Yeah, yeah.
this
I'm
dude,
just talking.
he killed them in such an elegant way.
Mm-hmm.
So a no response means, oh, you got nothing for this. You see the response and the difference? No, Drake, you got cooked. You got no response for this. His no response to Joe was him winning. His no response to Pusha was you got killed.
Which is, to me, I think is kind of wrong. We
But
should have
that's how
said the
we look
same
at it,
thing.
though.
We should have said the same thing when Joe did it. It's the same thing.
That's why I brought it up. But to the
Yeah.
people, it didn't.
Right.
connect
It's
that
not.
way.
It didn't connect the way. I think maybe just because of popularity.
Yeah, they said Joe Drake too busy to answer you. Like they made every excuse in the world for Drake, and
Yup.
and then to come to find out, Drake said Joe said Drake hit him in the inbox like, "Yo, that was cute." That's why you lost. It's like, oh shit, like
Yup.
fuck, I'm done.
Right.
I got nothing else. But when Pusha do it, oh, you're on suicide watch, buddy. I almost ended you in 40s, almost ended you in 40s friendship. Like
Yes.
just son, like I brought so much out. Like
He made him be a father in public.
yo,
He made him publicly tell the world about his son. That's nuts. Like,
I'm not hiding my son from y'all. I'm hiding him from the world. Some shit he rolled out with. It was a nasty rollout after that, fam. Like there was just no winning for the Drakester after that, fam. That was, and it all just depends on who's doing it. That's the way it is, man. You can have bars, hot songs. This is just period.
mm-hmm.
You can have everything going for yourself, but it depends on who's delivering.
And I know just from like if you actually hear the last song, "I Pray for You," the one with Malice on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Malice kind of touched on it without touching on it, because he said something like, anytime I could whisper in his ear, bury all of them, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think they need to leave those boys alone, man. Just leave Pusha and his brother alone. I
And
don't
also-
think Drake should do anything.
Well, also on the Breakfast Club, he was on there and they asked him, did he read or hear the unreleased this bars to Pusha? And he said he heard them, but it's not worth the reply. And
Right.
the Great What is in the building. What's going on?
What up, Ant?
Assalamu alaikum.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Right now we're talking about the Pusha T album. Did you hear it?
I did not.
Okay. We're talking about Pusha T album. We're talking about how Joe Budden dissed Drake, and when Drake did not reply, it turned Joe into the laughing stock of the internet.
Right.
We also talked about that when Pusha dissed Drake on the his last record where he revealed Drake had a son and Drake didn't reply. It meant Drake's death. So we was just saying about how
Drake's death. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
How about
he sacrificed himself for his son, fam.
right, exactly. Like, I guess our point was like Drake should have died a long time ago.
Yeah, like, what's the difference if Joe Budden got 3 serious darts for you and you don't reply, and we go, well, Joe, you lost because Drake was too busy to reply to you, which is crazy.
And not just darts, because remember when Drake made it a thing that this record was actually on DSPs with what Charged Up.
Yeah,
All
to
them
back.
Joe Budden shits is on Apple Music and Tidal and shit. Like, he released them as like whole songs. Like, they weren't as like stuff that he rapped on and you dissed them like on a mixtape or whatever. They were singles.
Yeah.
Like, I think they still on Apple Music right now.
yeah.
But
Man.
Joe Budden,
people
bro.
didn't care about them.
It's Joe Budden. That's why.
That's the simple answer, though, Ant. It's Joe Budden. We can sit up here and make a scientific explanation
Right.
about all of this. It's just Joe Budden.
Like, no matter how well you rap, it's like
Joe
you
Budden.
Joe Budden. Like, he beat because he cut his head off on like 3 tracks, man.
He beat the shit out of
He
Drake.
beat the shit out of Drake on 3 tracks. Didn't nobody give a fuck. It's Joe. Like, get the fuck out of here, Joe.
And Joe really can rap too, man.
Right.
fucked
That's
up,
what I'm
man.
saying.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
just crazy just how we react to people, whether we either like them or their personality or what. That just shows you how much that matters.
So also, well, first off, Ant, how's your mental health, baby?
Yeah, we gotta get that in.
Nigga, it's all over the place. To be honest with y'all, man, I'm fine. I'm well. The family's well, but it just it's a lot, man. Niggas got a lot going on, man. This married life is one. It's like a roller coaster, bro. Like one day niggas is at the top and about to come down. The next day, a bitch it's a lot, man. Having 4 kids, 1 in college, like niggas paying for it, like it's a lot, bro. But I'm going to Vegas in 2 weeks, so
that's
Nice
what's up.
vacation or something's happening.
honeymoon.
Oh, that's what's up.
Finally,
That's
man.
what's
Like
up.
we were supposed to go right after the wedding, but you know how shit is.
Of
School
course.
just started. Know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, according to my book that I'm reading, man, nothing's going to challenge you like the world and your woman.
Wait,
Are you
hold
reading
on. What
Ways
you
to the
reading
Superior
now?
Man? Because I'm reading that too.
Yeah,
I'm-
that's the shit. I'm
Wait,
reading it.
y'all reading what?
I'm
Way
Way
of
to the
Superior
Superior Man.
Man. Yeah.
That's the book I was telling you last
Oh,
week
yeah,
about how if you walk into the house with $1 million but not the bread,
yeah, it's over. yeah.
She don't give a damn about that $1 million. Why you didn't get the bread I asked for?
bread
Yeah,
I
that's
asked you
crazy.
for. I buy 20 loaves of bread. Fuck.
Exactly.
Anyways, so we've actually, this episode has been about recapping what we spoke on last week. So there's been a lot of us answering the questions because once we went off air, a lot of stuff was happening. We talked about Pusha T rollout where he just dropped the album, and we talked about the drought in actual music. And Kendrick Lamar announces his album release.
In a letter.
So crazy. I had to ask Jarrell, what the hell am I reading? Because I didn't know.
In a letter though, that was weird.
Like he did it so business. Like I'm gonna put the letter up here. I don't know how big it's gonna be. It's looking real small.
Yeah, that's real small. I can't read that. I have no idea who PGL.A&G is. Like
PG Lang is his new company. Like that's him. Like that's what his new company is called. Like he's not just going to. He's branching off of TDE, and this is his last project under them in Interscope, I think. So PG Lang is his new imprint. If that makes sense.
So do we know what we're getting? Because I heard we were getting something wild, different.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, it's called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So we have no idea. This is Kendrick, like, so we have no idea what this album's going to sound like. All of his albums before this, all of them are sonically completely different. So it's going to be something that we didn't hear from him before. Has to be. That's just his MO. That's why I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. But shout out to Kendrick, man, because what people forget because he hasn't dropped in so long. He has that fan base. I'm not saying that he makes trash music. He does not. But I'm saying he does have that fan base where when he drops, they take over the internet. Kind of like J. Cole fans. It's kind of like, you know.
I was one of them. I tweeted this shit out.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like his album will do no wrong. Like, put it like this: when J. Cole drops, I wait for the J. Cole tweet fans to explain to me what the fuck he means.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna wait for, like, I'm gonna listen to the Kendrick, but I'm gonna let the fans break down every record because I know I'm not gonna understand what he's talking about.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
wasn't there one J. Cole album where he rapped about his dead homie throughout the whole album or something like that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm just thinking I'm listening to music. You get what I'm saying? And somebody broke down that he was reading a letter to his homies, his daughter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wait for people to break down the songs to me, and Kendrick is on that same level of J. Cole when it comes to that.
Yeah, it was like that, with all the rest of Kendrick's album, except for maybe not Good Kid, Mad City. That was kind of straightforward, but
Yeah, that was straightforward.
Yeah, but when it came
dominoes.
Right. So when it comes to like To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, yeah, they had messages in them, both of them.
Can we talk about that that one song where him and Pusha did together, where he was talking about how he was a 10 and why that was so fucking complicated, and why would you make a rap like that nobody's gonna get?
Fire, yo. That
It
verse
was fire when you break
bro.
it down, but who knew it was fire without understanding what he was saying?
Right, but then
When he talked about
it's
himself
even
as a
more
brick
fire.
and all that.
Yes,
He was like nines and tens and kept going back and forth.
Yeah.
Nines and tens, bro.
Well, Kendrick is, I'm biased, but Kendrick is nasty. I think he's the best rapper in the world.
I get that, Jarrell, but do you really want to go that far?
Yes.
Like, if you're going to criticize Wu-Tang for talking about the earth, stars, and the moon.
You do have a point. You have a point.
But it makes sense though, like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, yeah, that's the difference.
Ghostface, like
right, you can't compare Kendrick to Ghostface though.
It makes sense
Ghostface
at the
just be
time.
talking.
Nigga, we just discovered what that verse meant 10 years, like, that verse is old. We just thought it was bars. Cool. Now we know. We didn't know what that shit meant, fam.
I'm saying though, bro, like when you hear it though, it makes sense when you hear it. Even though we don't know what it means, you can kind of piece it and put it together. Listen to a fucking Ghostface verse, bro.
Yeah, he just be talking,
putting
fam.
words together. Like,
He just be putting words together. They don't be meaning shit.
He did that one time. See
It's
what
not
I mean?
one
See what I
time.
mean? One time.
nigga,
Wait.
the whole Supreme clientele was like that, yo.
That didn't make none of it made sense. It was just fire.
He got 10 albums, and that's what I'm talking about. You got to say the fucking out.
But most of the time, I'm just talking about with Ghostface rap in general. He ain't rapping about. It's about style and personality and the way that he spit when it comes to Ghostface. It's not what he's saying. Never was, never will be. That's not the type of rapper he is.
No, I get you. I'm just saying, as a fan of them, and I'm not saying that you know what I mean, because we only hear what we hear. I'm not saying that people have to criticize Kendrick or anybody. I'm just saying, for me, listening to watching, I just don't want nobody to go over the top on a verse. It was fire, but when they broke it down, I said, "What the fuck, man? Why did you have to be so fucking far? Why did you go? You didn't have to go that far. Like that was
He was too nasty.
it's too nasty. Like,
Bro, Lil Wayne be trying to go hard like that though, man.
Lil Wayne,
he try to do the same thing every single time he rap, bro.
I think Lil Wayne goes hard, but in a basic form. Like he just tells you he want a red bone bitch. He wants some drugs.
He be trying. Lil Wayne said he be trying to put like metaphors and shit in every bar. Like
Wayne is good at it too, though. Wayne is nice. He's in the nasty category as well. Like
what is he, like that's an understatement. Like Wayne.
Well, I mean, some people don't think that. No, but some people don't think him like that. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are not Wayne fans.
He be on his rock shit. Like
you are correct, but Wayne is etched in stone as one of the best lyrical.
To me, yes,
ever. Like it's
I get what you're saying, Jarrell, but it should be to everyone. But I get it. No, people think he's trash, but I would like to see who they think is better. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for people who think Wayne is trash, most of the time I don't even. Yeah, I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I put everybody's opinion into account, but you can't, as a hip hop fan, you can't sit there and tell me Lil Wayne is trash, though.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
there's no way. That doesn't make any sense. Like, you can not like his music, but
say he trash is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I get that not everybody likes him, but he trash. Come on, fan. Don't ever say that. How can you? Like, he's had a
mixtape Wayne. Like, for you to, even if you're like old, like me, or even older. If you listen to mixtape Wayne through that little 3-year span,
like
he might have been the best rapper on the planet at one point. Like that nigga was nasty.
I said this before. He made Joel Santana sit down.
Right, like you forgot Joel Santana existed. Like,
yo, that's crazy, yo. I forgot about that.
They put them two together. Can't Feel My Face was a group name.
I forgot about that.
They not the same sandwich when you look at them niggas.
He couldn't keep up. Now, when you put Joel by himself, dropping whenever he want, he looked like different. A star.
Yeah.
But when you put him next to Wayne, he had to keep up on mixtapes.
Not the same sandwich. At all.
Sit down, Wayne.
I remember they did the Black Republican freestyle, bro. I'm like, oh my god, like what is happening? Like,
yep,
it's crazy.
Wayne nice.
So speaking of Dipset, aka Rockefeller, Mr. Noriega, just to connect what we talked about last week as well. I think Ant, you might have stepped away when we start talking about this. It was at the end of the pod, and Noriega was on Drink Champs 2 weeks ago talking to Snoop, and he spoke on a conversation that I don't think he should have spoke on. He said that Jay-Z told him, Nori called Jay-Z on the phone and told him that he was not going to perform unless 50 was there. But he didn't say M, he said the white boy. Nori thought he was talking about Paul Rosenberg or something. He said, no, Eminem. So he called Eminem the white boy. He was having that conversation with Snoop. 50 got wind of it. 50 started making memes about Jay-Z, which, of course, Jay-Z's not going to reply. But now 50 is on the Jay-Z attack because he felt like he should have called Eminem by name and not white boy. Noriega.
I was about to say I have the some of the video.
Okay, go ahead, play that thing.
I hit the homie, the big homie Jay-Z, right? And I told him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me. I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That was beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
Me.
Let's make him
Yeah, I see what you mean, Flaw.
So he
that
mad
was messy. What was the point?
White boy?
Yeah, well, what was the point of him saying that though?
But also, right? But just to spin back to when Nori first got Jay's number, how happy he was.
Word is life.
You remember that?
It won't be any more phone calls
over.
going forward.
It's over.
And that's what I'm getting at. If I give you the privilege to pull up on you and have a conversation, fam, why are you bringing it to the pod if it's going to start trouble?
Yeah, I'm too rich for all of this. None of this is supposed to be going. I'm not supposed to know about any of this. Like, I'm too rich for this. This is stupid.
I'm letting why would you say that? And the first thing you do is bring it to your podcast. Oh, I can't go on. It's the white guy said he won't go on until 50. Like, you don't.
Was it in context though? Like, was it in the right context? Like, were they talking about something similar to that, and that's why he brought it up, or he just brought it up out of nowhere?
Nori has been
a bad interviewer.
Yes,
for one thing.
But ever since the Super Bowl happened and the game wasn't on there, he's been trying to dig up information for weeks. He had Game on. He said, "Game, why weren't you at the Super Bowl?" Then he spoke the Game. So then he runs into Jay-Z. Jay-Z, why wasn't Game at the Super Bowl? Then he runs up on Snoop. Like, he has this obsession with why such and such artist wasn't at the Super Bowl. So like in the video, he said Jay-Z pulled up on him. He said, "I gotta ask this question. Who's in charge of the Super Bowl halftime show?" Like, why the fuck does it matter?
I'm about to say, why does Nori even care about that?
He's obsessed with that. That's what he's asking.
That's a weird question to ask me, though.
To ask Jay pulling up on you.
Yeah, like, I'm Jay-Z, right?
Like, yeah.
All the stuff that you could talk to me about. You got my number, right?
Right.
Why is that the question that you asked me? That is weird.
Because, to look at it from, maybe that's what people wanted to know. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's talking about that no more.
I'm just saying,
did nobody care about that?
In Nori's mind, maybe that's a hot topic. You know what I'm saying? That, nobody could answer. Maybe he, as an interviewer, he feel good about getting that information from the homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess. I guess.
Well, the homie, he won't be calling the homie anymore. He won't be having any conversations with the homie going forward. If I'm the homie, I'm not fucking with Nori anymore. Not in like personal conversations. No. Can't.
Because now you made me look bad in front of him and 50. Like, not saying I care, but yeah, I could have called him Marshall. I said, yeah, the white guy. Like, maybe I don't know that they have a relationship. We don't know their real relationship. But but if you actually watch that full interview, Snoop and Nori both agreed that no, Jay-Z told them, I can't tell Dre what to do. So make a long story short, just to recap last week, the NFL called Dre. They didn't know what they were going to get. If you saw somebody on the stage with Dre, it's because that's who Dre wanted. If he didn't want Game, he didn't want Game. It's just that simple. Was it? Did the Super Bowl not want Game on there? Because the Game was on there.
About this.
Right, because the Game was on there.
Everybody think Jay-Z was the end all and be all of who's supposed to be on stage. Like, he handpicked Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent and all that. That doesn't make any sense.
Though. He has
some influence, but if I'm getting Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre is the one who's going to foresee that, not me. Like, that's still Dr. Dre. That's almost disrespecting Dr. Dre and who he is. Jay-Z can't tell Dr. Dre what to do.
That's a fact.
Especially because
and never will be. Like,
if anything, it's the other way around. Dre gives Jay-Z direction. I mean, like,
I wouldn't even say
when it comes to stuff like that.
When it comes to like music and shit like that, yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it as just from a productive standpoint. Dre still is up there producing his show. So I look at that. I still put the P word. It depends on what we're talking about. I'm Jay-Z still.
Yeah, it depends on what we're talking about. You're right.
When you come into a certain office, Dre, there's some things where I need to lead. I'm not saying that Jay can never tell Dre. But if we're talking about you producing a show, I'm hands off. It's
right.
Yes.
Right.
You got it.
It's Dr. Dre. I'm not telling him anything.
Like, you got it, bro. I'm
like, out of respect for what he has done, I can't tell him anything. He can have whoever he want on the stage.
I think the NFL might have went to Jay-Z and be like, "We got Dr. Dre coming. You think that's going to be good? Yeah, it's going to be good." And I think that's all Jay. I think that's all the input he had. But
I don't think he had anything to do with getting Dre on stage. Dre is too big for that. Like, Dre is big enough to get himself on that stage. He doesn't,
right,
he
without anybody. Right.
And then they said when they called Dre, he said he didn't want to do it. It was Snoop that talked him into doing it. You get what I'm saying? So
Dre is a damn billionaire. Why he need to do it?
Why he didn't? Well, it was L.A.
It is L.A.
It was just L.A. It was just
why. That's why Game should have been on there, bro. Like, on some real shit. He should have been on the stage, bro. Instead of,
I got a certain amount of time.
In my opinion, it should have been Game instead of 50, but it's 50 Cent, bro. Like,
no, you can't say that because that was M. Dre never.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's M. It's 50 Cent and it's M.
Well, who was going to say I ain't going up there unless Game come? See, we got to take 50 out.
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Think Mary J. Blige would have said, "I'm not gonna be on there." Game,
But he got a relationship with everybody on the
Let's
stage,
Game
though.
on there.
But Game got a relationship with everybody on the stage. Everybody on that stage had a part in making his career what it is. Like, so in retrospect, he could have been on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference though? He don't have a good relationship with any of them.
Cause he's stupid, yo. Like
that's my thing. He doesn't have a good relationship with any of them.
He was on Drink Champ saying Kanye West did more for his career in
Like,
5
he
minutes.
retarded.
So why the hell would I have him on my stage?
But he's still making records saying Aftermath, though.
That's just he a name, you know.
He says anything.
Nah, he do.
He's
Like
still
he
saying
drop
Aftermath.
anything.
So it's like, yo, how you even take this dude serious? Like sometimes, like
yeah.
He is
he should have been on the stage though. It's
Darrell said this passionately a few weeks ago. Game is a liar.
He's a super liar, bro. He is.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
I
said that on Joe Budden and them podcast too. He a super liar.
I ain't go front. Like I didn't watch the whole Drink Champs game joint because it was 4 hours, but I watched some of it. For the most, like he just honestly just him up there lying in a leather jacket, nigga. Like just
ski mask, nigga.
Right. It just was a nigga lying in a leather jacket for like an hour and a half. I'm turning this off. I don't need to see the rest of this. I'm good.
Yeah. So no more big homie conversations from Nori. It is what it is. So yeah, we can move on from that. Real quick before we get into our snowfall recap. Am I leaving something off? But no, ASAP Rocky was arrested, man.
Yeah.
And he's facing serious charges. And
old charges too, yeah.
This is off the about 6 months of bliss between him and Rihanna. Just lovey-dovey. She finally found her, a boo to settle down with, and this happens. And we're talking about real charges that could put him away for a long time. They said the insider snitched on Rocky, and they got the evidence to hold him. And it is what it is. Allegedly, some guy who looks like Rocky walked up to him, shot him 4 times. Why is Rocky doing that? Or you don't know. If he did do it. But yeah, I think that it's a terrible situation because, like I said, man, if you look at the internet, we all big fans of Rihanna musically and visually.
Business wise,
she's
visually.
That was hard. Like, yeah, bro, I like that.
She's dope. At the end of the day, she is who she is. So there's some we're happy for them. And then boom, this happens. So.
Well, I mean, I have no idea what happened. I just know he got arrested, but when it comes to like exactly what happened and why he got arrested in the case, I don't know any info. To be honest, I think he's out now. He posted bond, I think.
He got to be out. Like, this is Rihanna. It's like,
yeah, he out. So I don't know what's gonna happen going forward. I just know he should have stayed his ass in the Bahamas. This is the second time ASAP went abroad, got in trouble, and came back. But look, like he got locked up from abroad. Yeah, this is old. Yeah, so it's not the same thing. But him traveling is not a good look for him. It seems like every time he goes somewhere, he either get locked up over there, or
come back home.
This time he came back and got locked up. This is nuts.
So we ain't really got nothing for that.
One more thing I wanted to talk about. We need to talk about the Future joint.
No, I was about to talk about Future. I was just about to bring that up.
Shit. Okay. Future, man.
I was just about to bring that up. Real spill. Because I posted the GQ magazine article in the group where it says GQ says Future is the best rapper alive.
What?
I read it though.
And I saw you artists are as prolific, Wally, in this. What? Come on, man.
See, the thing is, Elliot Wilson wrote this.
Really?
Yeah, so he knew what he was doing.
He worked for GQ now?
Well, no, he probably freelance. GQ probably paid him a bag to do that. I don't think he has any type of affiliation with GQ. I think he just wrote an article for them. But I knew what he was doing. He did this for a reason. Like, if you read it, like, he's not saying that he is, though. You just have to read the article. It's basically just a headline to get you to read the article.
Clickbait.
Right, he big up a lot of other artists too. Like he talk about Jay-Z, like a lot of stuff.
Future is not nowhere near the best rapper alive. Probably one of the most consistent at one point. You could say that.
Yeah, he's talking about like influence. Like ever since he came out, how many artists sound like him, especially come from Atlanta. They're all Future derivatives, if you think about it. All of them. Like when it comes to Little Baby, all the littles.
Where they get it from? Where they get it from?
Future.
And where he get it from?
I don't know. When he first came out,
Kind of sound like himself though. I think
I'm about to say when he first came out, he was kind of original. Maybe a little Kanye influence. Same thing with Travis Scott. Like when they came out, they were like original in their sound, but a lot of them is that I can almost say they're Kanye derivatives.
So here's my thing, right? Here's my thing, right? I see a lot of people giving Missy Elliott her flowers, right? About how she's a dope rapper, dope MC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said that Missy Elliott was so unorthodox, but yet we love her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, is it the outside energy that he brings in the game that we don't like? Because Future could be the male Missy in a sense to where he's very unorthodox, but he's still rapping. But he's still rapping. It's his form of rap though, and
I can't subscribe.
But he is one of the most influential.
By far. I just think he's not our cup of tea, so we try to not discredit him, but if you actually think about since he's came into the game, even though I don't like him and I'm not a fan of his music, he is by far one of the most influential rappers in the game.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna not disputing that, but to bring him and Missy in the same conversation in any context is kind of crazy.
Well, just to be they're both different and like they both like Missy. It took a while for people to give Missy her flowers. Let's keep it a buck. Like she was in there in amongst of other rappers. Like when we think of lyricists, we think of you got to say the biggest words. That's not really the case. When we think of rappers, we think you got to have a certain type of flow, but that's not the case. But we learn where Missy is really an MC and she's really an artist. And now people are giving Missy her flowers because she was an unorthodox artist. Future is the same because if you put Future next to the Jada Kisses and the other rappers that we like, he's nowhere near.
Yeah, that's not the same sandwich at all.
He's actually a rapper though. So if he's big, if he sells the most and is the most influential, if Kanye West says nobody has influenced more people than him, he knows something.
Like Kanye West said that.
We just don't like him. That's what I'm saying.
And for Kanye to say that about anybody like that other than himself
is crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I understand.
How many props you hear of Ye give that it's not Jay-Z or I don't know, somebody that he's really, really close to. Like he's not even close to Future like that, but he gave him his props. That's saying something.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that to the table. Like, yeah, we might not be the hugest, the biggest fans of his.
Yeah, I'm be completely honest. I don't fuck with Future at all. Yeah. Except for maybe like a couple songs here and there, but it's not a Future album that I can tell you I've listened to. Like I've listened to it, but I'll just listen to it one time and that's it.
Yeah, Hendrix was probably me, all right.
It was all right. It had some joints on there, but I don't go back to that album. Some people think that shit is a classic.
I skip every song Future's on in my shit, like.
But some people put that in the classic, that Hendrix shit in the classic category.
And he had this one album that everybody still talks about to this day. It was something. This was a mixtape or an album, but it was something he had to where, it's like his Illmatic, his Reasonable Doubt. People still go to it. And
I mean, people talk about March Madness.
That's what it is. March Madness.
That's a song.
Talk about it. Oh, it's a song?
Yeah, that's a song.
Okay, I don't know. You see,
him and Drake did the mixtape and shit.
He did have a few mixtapes where he dropped where, there's people that still talk about like, yo, that's his thing. And it's not for us. I just think that we still just need to recognize it. As far as calling him the best rapper alive, I don't think we know or don't know. He's just not our favorite rapper.
Right.
He just might have that much impact on the game to where it's just like, hey.
And plus, as I get older, I'm trying not to hate on other people getting their flowers just because I'm not a fan of them.
Because they don't rap like the rap, the hippie. Like it's not our hip hop.
I can't hate on this.
Nah, you can't hate on their body of work and what they've done and shit, but you can hate on them as a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't hate though.
You can hate. You can definitely hate.
I guess you can. Yeah,
I can. Like I don't care. Like
you're right.
Yes, he's done a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Because what do you read? Be honest. What do you read when you see? We were all blinded by the headline. When you see best rapper alive, we go, oh, so you better than Kiss? You better than
Benny?
Like I guess that's why. That's why I had to tell you that who wrote it, Elliott Wilson. Like I guess that's how good he is. He made me read that article. I had to read it, yo. Yeah. Especially when I saw that he wrote it. Because I'm thinking in my head, Elliott Wilson don't think that fucking Drake is the best. As soon as I saw who wrote it, I'm like, oh, yo, stop it. So I had to read it. No way you work for Tidal and you the man at Tidal.
That's what I'm
Jay-Z
saying.
over there and you calling Future the best. He probably told Jay that, yo, I'm about to write this. I want you to know the headline, but just let you know, I don't believe none of this shit.
Especially after the future is better than Jay-Z talk. That's another thing. Like I said,
Word is life.
he might be a
Word is
troll, but behind every joke, there's a truth.
Yep.
And he wouldn't say that. Like Wayne would not say I'm the best rapper alive if he wasn't ready for that backing. Like if they about to put that battery in your back and you about to go.
But he said the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. So he was giving flowers in the same breath. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. But there's still other million rappers out there. Like when Jay-Z says the city is mine, that lets you know I'm about to come now or something. I know something y'all don't know. Come to find out, Big was telling Jay like, yo, I don't know if Big told Jay, but there is a video of Little C saying, damn, I think Jay got me. Like, before Big passed.
I know all those stories. Every time that they had a song together, Jay-Z got him in the booth, and he knew it.
Who? C?
No, Big.
No, Big.
Oh,
Big.
all right.
Big. I remember Big was like, yo, I said, he got me on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did.
So I Love the Dough? You think he got him on I Love the Dough?
No, not I Love the Dough. The one on
Brooklyn
the first
Finest?
album. Yeah, Brooklyn Finest.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
He
that's
kind of
the
went
story,
hard on.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
So when the best says, I think he got me, and then something happens.
Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off. And I think he got him on he got him on that too.
Nah. Oh, I Love the Dough. Nah.
I think that nigga was 2 for 2 like a motherfucker.
Man,
you gotta think about
first verse on I Love the Dough, bitch. Nah.
You remember the second? You remember Jay-Z's verse though?
I remember Jay-Z's second verse. I remember the whole song, but
they both killed it. But I thought Jay got him on, but and that's not painful to me because I'm a big fan of both.
One, man.
But for me to say you out rap Big on the song,
that's nuts, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
In any context, that's crazy.
Right?
Exactly. That's nuts.
So when the guy says, "Damn, I think he might have got me," and since something happens to the guy, people don't understand when they say the city is mine because nobody knew that conversations was had. They just was like, "Oh man, you couldn't wait."
Bro. We ain't had the internet. Yeah, we ain't know.
We ain't know. So it's just like, yo, bro, if y'all knew what I know, I got next. And he said I got next while he was alive. Like I got now. So for Future to say that to me, somebody said to him something, probably in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That's all he would need, right?
Well, in Atlanta, you got to think about how they feel about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And how we feel about ourselves being from the tri-state area or New York. They group us all together because we're, even though you might not be from New York, but if you're from Jersey, it's the same shit to them.
Oh, yeah, you go down south, you from New York. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. I get it all the time.
My friend from I forgot where she from, but she keep asking me about our railroads. I mean, not the railroads, but our
subways.
Our subways.
Like, we ain't got no goddamn subway. This is not subway. That is only New York City. Like, no, we do not have subways here. But yeah, I don't know. Like when Future say he's the best, like in their area, he is the best. Like he's that nigga. Mm-hmm. So he's supposed to feel that way about himself. I get it.
Yeah, because Tip had his time, Jeezy had his time.
Future's bigger than both of them.
You know what I mean? At one point, he wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
But they had their time, so he's the guy now from Atlanta, right?
Right.
That everybody in agreement to that.
Right. And plus,
he trash though, bro. Like
I know he trash, but you got to think about it.
He ain't trash, but he trash.
When it come to Tip and Jeezy, right? Ain't that many derivatives of them.
Right.
When it comes to Future, it's mad little Futures around here, nigga. Like, there's a reason for that.
Ain't no what's the nigga name? Young Dros?
What?
Young Dro?
Ain't no little Young Dros out here?
What?
No. Shoulder lean ass Young Dro? No.
I like Young Dro, nigga, bro. I like Young Dro.
I like him too, but he's not.
He only came out with the one album. Like, he was alright. Like,
yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I actually like Dro too. Cause he used to talk that shit.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Shout out to Future though. Like,
yeah, he gotta give him his props, man. I ain't gonna hate on him.
Nah, shout out to Future, you know what I'm saying? Like, he, Molly Percocet, I guess that's what's going on now.
Speaking of Dro, ready to get into our Snowfall recap?
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. This was the season finale?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Which was probably, honestly, the best episode of the whole season because the season wasn't
good. Yeah.
So
but we said that going in.
Last, so
we said that going in that this season might not be good because, the passing of John Singleton and everything. Like, we didn't know.
So Franklin is out and Louis taking over, but they froze. They took his money. Fuck froze.
Yeah, they ain't freezing.
Teddy took his money.
Teddy took $73 million, and in 1988, you can only multiply that by the inflation.
86.
86, 1986. 73 million in 1986. You can only imagine how much money that is today.
Because this is the first time we actually found out exactly how much money Franklin had.
Right.
That is nuts.
Right.
$73 million in 1986. He's one of the richest men in America.
Mm-hmm.
Or like not even America, in the world at that point. No?
Mm-hmm.
$73 million is crazy in the 80s.
Not the world. Nah, probably in America. Not the world, though.
I don't know. Almost $100 million and you like 22 years old?
You know how many oil barons this still is in the world and shit?
Yeah, that's true. Right? That's true. You know Ross Perot was still getting that getting that bread.
Nigga, politicians was worth that in them 80s in America probably that time. We ain't know.
You right.
I mean,
you right.
And once again, I like to put some respect on Leon's name. If Franklin got that, Leon ain't too far off. Like that's my man's in them. So
he just
Leon
act like he not.
But he in the projects, man.
Right. He got millions of dollars in the projects. Hold on though. I think he said that how much he had though. Didn't he say like 10?
No, Gustavo said he had some bread.
Oh, Gustavo said he had like 10
he had 13
to go
million.
away.
He had 13
something
million.
Like that. Yeah. Okay.
That's
I thought he said he had a number 2 when him and Wanda was supposed to go to Africa. He said he knew how much money he had.
I need to watch that again. But if Franklin got 73,
hey,
Gustavo got 10. Leon is somewhere, huh?
I found a drawing to see how much the bread is worth now. Hold on, let me calculate this.
Okay. If Gustavo got 10 mil and he ain't doing no work, and Franklin got 73 and he's the boss, Leon is in there, man.
Yeah, Leon gotta have some bread though.
Leon is in there with the 40. He gotta have a 40 bean, fam.
Nah,
he gotta have 40 mil in the projects.
Yep. No way you got them cornrows. You worth $40 million. Hell no.
I got 40 mil in the projects.
73 million in 1986 is worth $191 million today.
Yeah, think about that shit, fam. So think about inflation. So when I say that nigga was caking. that's not. Yeah, Leon ain't got. Yeah, that nah. It's not the same sandwich, Flaw. No way. No way you got them cornrows still living in the projects and you got millions of dollars like that.
It's about black people and black pride, fam. That hairstyle is a message, fam. What are you talking about?
Yo, you funny as hell, yo.
that Leon is there for the people, fam. He could have been on a Versace robe. He can't afford a Versace robe. Leon could afford everything Franklin can. It's just he shouldn't buy it, but
that's true.
He can afford everything that Franklin got.
Because it's not like Franklin had that in the bank. That's not like his walking around money and shit. That was the money that his stash.
Facts. If I want to spend 10,000 real quick, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
I don't got 73 million, no. But if y'all want to go spend 10 grand at the mall, we can do it.
We can do that easily.
For some reason, Leon wants to keep the khakis on, cornrows, and sleeping on pissy mattresses. Right. I don't know why.
Damn,
he's got to have pissy. He in the projects, fan. You can't have top of the
bro. He don't live in the projects, bro.
Yes, he does.
They ain't show his house. He live in the projects.
Don't he live with what you call it?
Who?
Don't he live with Wanda at Sissy in them house?
No, he didn't. He didn't live there. Wanda was living there by herself because she needed a place to stay. But he lived somewhere else.
Okay, so even
he's not still living in the projects, bro.
Even if he did live at even if he lived at Sissy's house, what the hell is he doing there?
Yeah, what is he doing there? Like, it's a reason Franklin ain't there no more either. Like, what the fuck? That's his house. Like, Franklin not even there. Yeah. Like, his mom don't even live there no more.
He living in the projects. Wow.
So I think he living in the projects still.
So Franklin realizes his money is gone. He's calling Reed, better man than me, because he on the phone with Reed. Like, listen, man, let's talk this out. I would have been on the phone with I would have been on the phone with Reed, like, give me my motherfucking money right now. We going to war. That's just me.
That's what he ended up saying. That's what he ended up saying
at the end. But in the beginning, it was, hey Reed, let's work this.
I made a mistake. I mean,
but you would have to try to smooth it out. You got to remember who Teddy is now. Franklin not stupid.
Yeah, but he still went that way anyway, so it's the same thing. I'm still going to be hard out, Teddy.
But it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know if I could have like humbled myself in the beginning either.
That's like what I'm saying, Ant. Like, yo,
I mean, to get your $73 million,
you think he was gonna give it back by you said being nice? He wasn't gonna give it. I knew he wasn't gonna give it.
I think he went with it like, all right, I know you took it. Will you give it back if I come work for you again?
Right.
I think you gotta try to smooth it out. So now when he say no, that's when you gotta turn it up.
Well, and we know who we putting on the phone if we need some business taken care of, because we gonna be in the back.
Yeah, you can't be mad aggressive.
I'm sorry, it's just how it is, man. You took $73 million. I'm not.
Bitch, if Netflix take net 73 mil from us, man, I'm not having a good conversation with them, man. Like, bitch, you better handle this shit, Jarrell.
Talk to him, man.
You better
Like,
talk
look
to
here,
these niggas,
Netflix.
man.
I'm just saying, like we've been with you. We've been with you for like 6 months. No late payments.
What's good?
It comes out of my account every 15th
What they
of the
say?
month.
No, I'm talking about us as a business.
What
like,
they say?
If we got a show on Netflix, bro, and we, know what I mean? Like, they owe us 73 mil. Bitch, and they ain't, like, that's different. Like,
Either way, we still sending
either
direct
way.
phone.
You still got to talk nice.
You still can't go in there and kick the door down. And we leaving
No,
out.
you can't, yo.
Man.
we going to jail.
Like,
we
remember
going to jail.
when the locks was like throwing refrigerators and shit? That ain't do nothing.
Yeah, you're not even going to get to the floor Diddy's on. You're going to jail.
Right. Go ahead and waste all your energy and throw that goddamn refrigerator
They ain't
off
throw
the
no
thing.
goddamn refrigerator.
Hey, yo.
They threatened to put him in the refrigerator.
Yo.
And throw it off the balcony. Remember that shit?
Hey, yo, the funny part, people tend to look over is didn't Styles P or one of them said they twisted their ankle throwing chairs like the
Yeah, Styles did.
They was in their 20s.
Instant karma, nigga.
Yo, they was in their 20s did that happen, yo.
Yeah, they twisted their ankles throwing chairs. Imagine what happened if they got a hold of Diddy, man.
No, imagine throwing a chair in a room Diddy ain't in. Don't give a fuck about that chair, nigga. Like, I'm so rich, I'm not even in there. You better not throw that chair if I'm in the room. It's different.
So Franklin, the niggas just so Diddy, not Diddy. So Franklin can get a hold of Teddy, but Teddy says, "Hey, I got Louis. I don't need you."
Right.
Real quick. So Louis, after gets off the phone with Teddy, tells Jerome that Franklin is out the game. Real quick, did you see the look on Jerome's face? Was it jealousy that he got out, or was it like?
To me, it was like, well, damn, nephew, that's good money. Like, I thought he was jealous, yeah. Like, I think he wants out the game too.
Yes.
But he has a woman that wants to be a kingpin, so as a man, you're going to follow your woman. It just is what it is. Like, I mean, Franklin, nephew, son, it don't matter. Your woman is always going to push you.
And believe it or not, it's nothing he can do at this moment if Louis is all in, because that's the woman you married. You knew that. And you can't wait till you put that wedding band on and say, hey, this is not what I want no more. Jam and Jerome, you can't go get a regular job and your woman is running the streets. It's just, it can't even be that. You can't leave your woman to the streets, regardless if you have a bodyguard, because once again, those are the streets. So he's in this, regardless of, what he wants out of it or not. So Franklin decides to call Louis. Hey, Louis, you need to meet up, talk some business. Louis meets up with Franklin. Lets him know, hey, I need you to set something up with Teddy. Of course, Louis won't do that because he's now, in charge. Like, why would I do that?
Something I didn't like before you even get off of it, right? They was on their honeymoon, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Honeymoon.
Right? So how did Franklin meet her while they was on their honeymoon? Because they weren't even there, right? I don't get how that meeting happened.
When they met?
Yeah, when him and Louis met, weren't Louis and Jerome on their on their honeymoon at the time? Like, he got her up out of bed, remember?
Yeah.
So where the hell were they at that he just showed up right there and then left?
So maybe they weren't on their honeymoon. They were just at a fancy hotel. They just
remember they got married. They said they wanted to keep the honeymoon rocket. They wanted to stay a little longer and shit.
Okay.
Right. I didn't get that.
Teddy did say, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Right.
She did tell him. Okay, well.
So Franklin went all the way to where they was at.
With Franklin got no money though. So
quick, and then went all the way back. Like I didn't really get that.
Well, for $73 million, where won't you go though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Right.
So just to have a 5-minute meeting and leave.
Yeah, for $73 million, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Franklin whipped the strap out on her and anything. Like, that was crazy.
And Louis knew, which listen, man, women know, fam.
You know what's crazy? Me and wifey was sitting there watching. In real life, Louis should have killed Franklin then.
Right then and there, yeah, it should have been over right there. But that's a nephew
No,
though.
That's his nephew.
But still,
don't matter. Your nephew,
street shit,
your nephew put a gun to my head
bro.
and threatened to kill me on the spot.
But
she should have killed him when she got the drop on him.
That's why I brought my man. I knew he was going to kill me. Like I went there knowing I was going to have a gun to my face. That's why I brought my man. So it's
even she said if you weren't who you were, like in street rules, like she was supposed to kill him, Flaw.
Yeah, he's
right. But I'm saying what she said. I got to go tell. And I'm not saying that she will. But in my head, I got to go relay this to my husband, your uncle, that if he does this one more time, he's at least got to tell him. If you come back with Franklin's blood on your hands, I don't care that he put it on you first. Jamming Jerome, I get that. Either way, they both are fucked. Because Jerome would have beat the shit out of Franklin, or he would have divorced or got real mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either way, they would have had to pay. They would have had to pay to Jam and Jerome. And I think both of them, Franklin wasn't going to. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what Franklin would have did for that 70.
He was out of his mind that episode, man. And I think he just would have dealt with Jerome when it was time. But we saw in season 2 where Jerome beat the shit out of Franklin, and he stood there. He took it, and that was his respect thing. But if he want to do it again, have at it. Learn how to squabble, nigga.
Have at it.
I hope you learned how to squabble, nigga.
Learn how to squabble since season 2.
It's been some years. I hope you've been training. It's about to come around again.
Facts, however you want it.
That ass whooping is coming in full circle in season 6, nigga. Like, it's coming.
Franklin don't want none of that smoke, bro. Like
not that smoke.
None of that, bro.
Well, what was going to happen. I mean, unless he would have went into hiding, but that would have left Leon. That would have left everybody else to get their ass, but because Jerome would have been coming for everybody's head.
Well, you got to think about it. For what Franklin did, we haven't gotten to it yet, but what Franklin did is almost the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in season 6.
Oh yeah, and it's the final season too.
It could be.
He did what he did to them, what Teddy did to him.
I know, but I'm saying, yeah, he did, but just the look, like we talked about, the look on Jerome's face, he doesn't want to be in that game anyway. I think he might hit Louis with, we got robbed. I guess it's time he got the game.
This is the time to get out. Right,
he might hit her with some get out the game shit.
Yeah,
Louis ain't having that.
Yeah, I don't think she's having it. But I think you're right, Flaw.
This is an avenue. This is an avenue for
Jerome
to use something like, listen, we got robbed, baby. We still got our lives. We got each other.
Yeah, we got each other. Let's go.
Right.
I love you.
I love you. I still got these speakers in the warehouse. We can just unload these speakers. I got a storefront on Quinsaw. I got a storefront on Slauson.
Yo.
I still got the speakers in lockup over here. So yeah, we about to keep rocking. Louis ain't having that shit.
She ain't having that. The coked up cop nigga ain't having that shit.
No.
Kane ain't having that shit because he know what's going on.
Remember right. So
that was genius. What Frank
continuing on?
Yeah, continue on. Yeah.
Continuing on.
I like the rest of the episode was fire. Like
continuing on. Franklin decides to get the girls together. Because he's Franklin, the guards recognize him and they feel no threat, which leaves them to get shaked. Pow pow. They're done. They're dead. Boom. Bunch of money in their safe.
Now all of a sudden Franklin is Omar from The Wire.
Word is life.
Because that's exactly what Omar was doing. He was robbing the drug dealers.
Word.
Guess what?
And he said this ain't even all of it.
Nope. We went somewhere else and got more.
We don't even understand because we're trying to understand what it's like to lose $73 million and what you will do. You're $73 million up on Monday and you're in debt. No, he it's not that he doesn't even have $73 million. He's in debt because of what the projects he started. So now you go from $73 million up to like millions in the negative, fam.
In the negative.
Fam, I'm on a suicide mission for the rest of my life. Do y'all know what y'all triggered me?
Right.
I understand, Teddy. I understand all the help you guys have given me, but boy, have y'all turned me into an animal right now. And I will put a bullet in anybody that stops me from getting my money back.
Yep.
All I want is my money. Why did he take his money? That's another thing. Is there why did he take his money if all he wants is out? Did Teddy really take I'm gonna kill you seriously? Like, what is Teddy's problem?
No, remember Teddy works for the United States government. He took that money. He's going to give it to them.
No, he don't work for them no more. Remember, he freelancing right now.
Yeah, I know.
He don't work for the CIA right now. He's trying to get back in the CIA by giving them that bread.
Right, exactly. That $73 million is his ticket back in.
Right. That's why he did it.
So are we saying that if Franklin was to retire in 86 or 95, he was never going to have that money after he was done anyway, because the goal was to take that money and help fund.
Yep.
No, because remember he only went to his crib after he said, "I'm gonna kill you. I know you're gonna kill me." He only went to his crib and got the pictures and shit after that. You feel me? I'm saying?
I get
If he
that.
would have never said that and been high and said that, I think it would have still kept going.
I disagree. I think it would have kept going, but I said the end game though. At the end of the day, Franklin was either going to jail or dead, and they would have got that money back. Just like how easy it was for Teddy to seize all that money. And he did that without working for the government at the time. So imagine if he actually was working for the government.
Right.
He wouldn't have had all that money. They would have threw Franklin in jail, and all that money would have been seized by the United States government. He wouldn't have had anything.
So Franklin was gonna lose regardless.
Right. Like it's a lose-lose situation once you get in the bed with the government. But at the time, you wouldn't know that because that's the first time this has ever happened. When it come with the government and drugs, at least to our knowledge.
And then,
you wouldn't know that.
And in hindsight, not saying that he should have known, but you would think somebody this smart would know. Like he got all his money. He had all his money in one account. Like he probably should have just had like a little Scrooge McDuck.
No, it wasn't in one account.
Like all the accounts. The Caymans.
It was all the accounts. He said like at least 3 or 4 different accounts that he hit.
Okay,
it was spread out.
So what about just having? I guess having money actually in your house was not smart. You can get robbed. I'm just thinking. No. Like I say,
in
hindsight,
that's why they got robbed.
Yeah, in hindsight, we can make it all look perfect. We can't, like, he got hit, but it's just like, damn, you ain't have nothing nowhere. You get what I'm saying? So, but it is.
No, I don't think he's like. I think he could still go to fucking McDonald's if he wanted to. I think he still got money. He
go to Foot Locker
the money.
Shit, like,
you know what I'm saying? He could still get some Jordans if they came out. But it's just that
73 million, nigga. Like,
he ain't got
crazy.
no real money though. Like he don't have no money to go forward. Like you said before, he's in debt now, but he still got something.
So speaking of Leon, you mean to tell me my man just can't give me $5 million and I can just go off into the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, Leon,
it's humbling, but I still got $5 million to walk away though. In '86, that's still a lot of bread. Magic Johnson wasn't making that type of bread back then, fam.
Who?
Magic Johnson, the Lakers. Just saying.
No.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm saying
basketball players was not making. They was making like $100,000, $600,000 a year.
Right. The NBA wasn't making enough money to pay them millions of dollars. At least not yet.
You have like now. That's what he could have did. And I get it. $5 million is still a lot to take care of you and your baby, and for you and your girl to start businesses. But they was in debt and they did owe some bread because they already started projects. So I don't know how that would have turned out. Even rewinding, Leon said he's out the game, and instead of his, I don't know why he thought they was gonna follow suit, man. So now we got a new charge.
You saw how disappointed he was with their actions, they were so beneath him. He was like, man, these niggas. He wanted to say niggas so bad, like niggas.
Goddamn niggas.
He wanted to say that so bad.
So Franklin went marching into the hospital, and then he, let Kane know that Louis set him up to get murdered. And so now we're going to have a big war in season 6. We're just going to have a war, and who knows where that's going to end up at.
I think it was a genius move for that, because if Kane know that Louis put the hit on him, maybe they blame the money being stolen on Kane.
Right.
Never know.
Or look at this though.
It's not like they had cameras and shit. Like, this is 1986, so they just know that they got hit. They don't know who did it, at least I don't think. He killed everybody that was there.
Also, look at this though. If with Teddy, he likes business to go a certain way. If Kane comes out and causes hell and business isn't flowing the right way, he's now looking at Louis like, I thought you could handle this.
Yeah, what happens when she goes to Teddy and she don't have any money?
Oh yeah, because he got robbed. She got robbed.
Right, she got robbed.
All the bricks. Did he take all the bricks or he just took the money?
He took everything. He was taking bricks, putting it in the bag too.
Oh yeah, it's over. Yeah, Teddy. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, so what Teddy gonna do with her now? Now both of their operations is fucked up. It's not just Louis. Franklin did that on purpose.
Yeah, that was so. Now they both come after him.
Which is really funny to me, because in real life, seemed like if you had all that money, you could just leave.
We keep saying that, but they don't know nothing else but California, fam. I mean,
yeah, that's stupid.
It is, but
he got his pilot's license, fam.
Yeah,
leave. Like, that doesn't make
got all
sense.
the money.
You got all the money. Your girl pregnant.
You can't run from the CIA, whether he's still in it or not. You cannot.
He didn't steal money from the CIA.
But he did though. If that's the money he got to get back to Teddy, if that's the bread she got to get back to Teddy, I don't think so. I think that's the stash spot, but the brick's still at the stash spot though. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, she owed Teddy.
Yeah, I think he leaving her to dry. That's her problem. I think if Franklin left, that would be Louis' problem. I don't think Teddy would go after Franklin for stealing Louis' money. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, but she did say, I want to buy from you. So I don't think she getting hit on consignment. So she buying the bricks. So that man is Teddy good. He's paid up front. So,
but Teddy needs somebody to keep
the operation
going. So what happens now?
Teddy needs somebody to keep going. If Louis pops up with all these, because remember, that's the issue he had with Franklin. I thought you had this under control. There was a lot of shit happening where, he was getting into wars. But
it's Franklin though. But they both know it's Franklin though. You feel me? Because Franklin, bitch, you know what I mean? Teddy's smart enough to put 2 and 2 together, yo.
Yeah, right. but by him telling Kane who it was, like Jarrell said, they can set it up to make it seem like it's somebody else who did it. And Kane ain't gonna explain shit because he in the hospital. He's just gonna send his soldiers. And so now if Kane is just out shooting and whatever, you're not thinking of Frank. I don't know. We don't know how episode 1 turn. Episode 1 might start with Louis and Jerome mad that Franklin robbed them, and then the war starts. Or it can start 2 years later. We don't know how the season is going to start.
They have another time drunk. Now this nigga, an astronaut that he went to school, and the money that he stole from them put him through school all this time.
You might get season 6 in 1990, fam. We might get 1890s of Snowfall.
Or he's in jail already, and then all the season is like flashbacks of what happened. I hate shit like that.
I want to give the Snowfall makeup production credit for Wanda for making her like a crackhead.
Yes.
But when you see Wanda outside of the Snowfall character, fam, she is amazing.
She looks completely different.
To her on that show.
Yo, you definitely want to. They should get an Emmy for that though. The Wanda crackhead. Shit,
like I see a couple pictures on her on Instagram or something. She do look different. Like she looks way better in real life. Damn, crack on that show. They did.
Crack is whack, fam.
Crack is whack.
They need an Emmy for that. Nigga.
Crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
Stay off of it. Let Wanda be an example, fam.
You don't want to be season 3 Wanda.
Word.
You want to be season 1 Wanda or season 5 Wanda. You want
to be season 3 Wanda.
If you want to be season 3 and 4 Wanda.
Yo, these is bars right now. Where my pen and pad at? These is bars, nigga.
You never want to be season 3 Wanda, yo.
Ooh, these is bars.
All right, man. That's all we got, really.
Oh, no. Oso. We forgot to talk about Oso. He got popped, yo. Popped. I mean, by like he got arrested.
They posted left that night when Shorty found the joint in the lamp, yo. Y'all talked about that?
Yeah, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't talk about that.
Okay, she did find that.
I forgot.
Device in the lamp.
Yep. No, but that was the same day, I think.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause he came through, remember? And no, he didn't come through. They talked on the phone or something. I forgot how that went.
They talked on the phone. He said he'll be there when he can.
And then when he came, that's when she
told him she was like shush and showed him the joint.
Yeah.
They was outside talking. He like, man, I got 13 mil, bitch, pack a bag, let's go.
Yeah, and that's when he went to go get the 13 mil, and that's when he got popped.
Word is bond. That was nuts.
That hurt me.
Yeah, I know that hurt.
Lie. I was as soon as he was, because I was telling wifey, I was like, why are they showing him putting it in the car and doing all that? I was like, yo, something's gonna happen, because they showed the whole thing. Like they showed him putting it in the car, turning the car on,
everything,
making that
like,
little K turn.
Yeah,
like why they show all that? And obviously when he drove down the street, that's when the cop showed up.
So who was the dude that was like, remember me? Who was that?
That was the dude that also was working. Remember, he still works for like the CIA. He's one of them dudes. Remember, he was the one who shot his partner, that girl,
the lady girl, yeah,
that one that was undercover. He was part of their little clique. Like that was her boss.
Okay.
And he knows Oso killed her. So that's what happened.
I'm sorry, fellas. I'm seeing an old message from Roland. Y'all switch up the criteria. I never fuck with that I don't respond talk. Who's y'all?
Yeah,
talking about
we
Joe
was
Budden.
talking about the Drake shit when he didn't respond to Joe. When you say y'all, I think he was grouping us in like the younger generation.
Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
What do you mean though? Like, what is he talking about?
It was just that when Drake didn't respond to Joe, people were okay with it. That's what he's talking about. Even though we weren't okay with it, but people at our age or younger, like, you know, they let Drake get away with that shit. That's all it was.
Okay.
Because they did. I just wasn't one. Yeah, because they did let him get away with it. I just wasn't one of them niggas.
That's what prompted me to bring up the Pusha. Just like, bro, he killed that man so bad he couldn't respond. He had to bring out a fake white towel and Jay Prince. We're not going to respond because it can get ugly.
And then you hear the
It gonna get more ugly than this, buddy.
Push had to respond to the Jack Harlow come out like. That's one thing we to talk about. Yeah, like in the next month is Pusha. Then Future comes out next week. The week after that, Jack Harlow comes out. It's just a big release, even though we don't fuck with him like that. And then Kendrick drops. So 4 weeks in a row, the big release is going to drop. Remember you said that hip hop was
us, though. Not for us though. Like Pusha, like Future, like we talked about it. Future's not going to do nothing for us.
No, I'm talking about just I get that. I'm just talking about in hip hop in general. Those are 4 big releases that's happening back to back.
You can't give me a Jack Harlow hip hop release to me.
No, see, to us, it's not big, but that is still a huge release. I'm telling you, like we don't fuck with him. But the reason I brought that up is because Jack Harlow. It was a leak that come out. Drake was on a Jack Harlow song talking about Push.
No, we did talk about that, and he said he's not going to respond.
Okay.
We did. I said he was on the Breakfast Club, and they asked him about the leak bars that Drake had for him.
Yeah, he said he sounded old.
Yeah, he said it sounded old. Now I didn't mention that was a Jake Harlow track, but yeah, that's Jack Harlow track. So it shows how much I know about the guy.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Even though it's kind of like a Future thing, he's not big enough for us. Jack Harlow is fucking huge, though. That's what I'm telling you. He's going to sell records. Like, it's a big release in hip-hop.
Yeah, he's the artist that everybody has been talking about for the last few weeks. Like, a lot of artists are saying
he's good, though,
white privilege. Yeah, but they're saying white privilege, though. Like, that's his rollout. Yeah, that's his rollout. I've not been seeing that.
Well, he's always going to get that because he's white. So no matter whether it's white privilege or not, he's still going to get it from people just because he's white, just like Eminem did. It's the same shit.
It's the same thing as white privilege, but he's still nice. So, yeah, I get it. I do get it.
Yeah, but it's going to be 4 major releases. So, I'm psyched to that. I'm really psyched for 2 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 out of 4 for us. But as far as hip hop goes, yeah, I mean, it's nice outside. Hopefully, Future has at least like the last record I think Future put out. The Mass record was something that I listened to. But Future is one of those artists where I might hear a song or 2 off his album and like it, and the rest.
Well, I actually played a Future song not too long ago. It was the Valentine song.
You did. I didn't say I liked it, but it
was like I like that song, but it's more like R&B-ish than rapping. Like he's not really rapping on that shit. You know how he do his melodic rap. So
Free Max B.
I don't mind Future songs like that.
You ready to get into this music?
Yeah, man. Y'all cool with getting music off today? I know it's kind of late. It's after 3, so it's up to y'all.
Yeah, we got time. It's 3:00 now. I still got about like 10 minutes before I had to head out.
All right, man. Salute to everybody that that came through in the chat. Mike and Roland, y'all usually come here every week. Salute to y'all. Salute to everybody watching us live, and we'll check y'all out next week. Peace.
Mm-hmm.